Ever notice your dog slowing down and having health issues and wonder, what can I do to make them better? Well, my friend, add Rough Greens to your dog's food for 90 days and I guarantee you'll see changes that will amaze you. Greetings. Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, inventor of Rough Greens here, and I invite you to give your pup the Rough Greens 90-Day Challenge. In the first 30 days, you'll see shinier coats and increased energy. By day 60, your dog will have a stronger immune system, less shedding, improved joint function, all due to the live nutrients that you've added to their diet. And at 90 days, better digestion, reduced inflammation, improved heart health, and you may even have reduced their cancer risk. Fetch your dog a free Jumpstart trial bag today. Go to roughgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. That's ruffgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. You just cover the shipping. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens.
You're a startup founder. Finding product market fit is probably your number one priority. But to land bigger customers, you also need security compliance. Obtaining your SOC 2 or ISO 27001 certification can open those big doors, but they take time and energy, pulling you away from building and shipping. That's where Vanta comes in. Vanta is the all-in-one compliance solution helping startups get audit ready and build a strong security foundation quickly and painlessly. Vanta automates the manual security tasks that slow you down, helping you streamline your audit. The platform connects you with trusted experts to build your program, auditors to get you through audits quickly, and a marketplace for essentials like pen testing. So whether you're closing your first deal or gearing up for growth, Vanta makes compliance easy. Join over 8,000 companies, including Y Combinator and Techstar startups who trust Vanta. For a limited time, get $1,000 off Vanta at vanta.com/simplify. That's VANTA.com/simplify for $1,000 off.
Ever notice your dog slowing down and having health issues and wonder, what can I do to make them better? Well, my friend, add Rough Greens to your dog's food for 90 days and I guarantee you'll see changes that will amaze you. Greetings. Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, inventor of Rough Greens here, and I invite you to give your pup the Rough Greens 90-Day Challenge. In the first 30 days, you'll see shinier coats and increased energy. By day 60, your dog will have a stronger immune system, less shedding, improved joint function, all due to the live nutrients that you've added to their diet. And at 90 days, better digestion, reduced inflammation, improved heart health, and you may even have reduced their cancer risk. Fetch your dog a free Jumpstart trial bag today. Go to roughgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. That's ruffgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. You just cover the shipping. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens.
Now you're listening to wrestling news that matters from people you want to hear it from, deep from within the confines of the internet. Covering WWE like no one else and covering TNA because no one else will. You are listening to the best in the world, Ring Rust Radio!
Brad Maddox. I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning.
Radio, the best goddamn wrestling radio show on Spreaker, on the internet, in the whole goddamn universe. I'll put my toes, Mike Chiari, Brandon Galvin. I'm Donald Wood. How you guys doing?
Worse now.
Why? Was that a good one?
No, it was weird.
Dude,
No, it's not good.
Let me tell you something. There is reason to be excited. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to face the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl, baby. Yeah, wait, what? I'm getting a late word. That's not it. One half is that correct. How'd you do against the Chiefs, bud? How'd Carson Wentz do?
It's just not possible.
How did Carson Wentz do?
And not be the Chiefs and make it the Super Bowl.
Can I tell you something? You better be rooting Eagles.
I'm not rooting for anybody. I'm
You
rooting
better
for,
root for the fucking
you remember
Eagles,
in The
dude.
Dark Knight?
No, I didn't
that.
see. I didn't watch the
Donnie
movie.
definitely doesn't remember.
I've-
There's
I-
like a fucking fissure in the middle of the field that just opens up and everybody dies.
Oh, it was Heinz Ward.
yeah,
yeah.
Heinz Ward.
Yo, let me tell you something. Heinz Ward ain't never outrun a goddamn defender in his life, and he ain't outrunning that hole in the ground. Yeah, that's how I knew the movie was fake, is when I saw Heinz Ward speeding down the field.
Before that, you thought it was real.
I was like, damn, that's really cool, man. I was like, hold on, is that Heinz Ward? I said, no. That's a
But,
defensive tackle running him down right there.
It's insane that finally, after my whole life of the Bills sucking, it's like,
Yep.
all right, we're awesome. And I just happen to be stuck at the same conference as like the greatest team of all time. And we'll never get past them.
Well, I also think that the referees being on their side is a very real criticism at this point.
Well, it's essentially just the Patriots all over again, but kind of worse somehow.
It's definitely worse. It's definitely worse because here's the thing: like, we never talked about refereeing in the moment. Brady beat people. It's not Brady and the refs. Brady and Belichick beat people, right?
Well,
they didn't beat the Eagles. They didn't beat the Eagles.
Close game, and they get the.
they did
The
beat
worst
the
part of it all is like it's not even like okay, so Allen had the fucking
Yeah,
first
talk it
down.
out. It's okay. It's a safe
The
space.
play
You can talk
before
to
that,
us.
Kincaid had the first down, and they just called him a yard short. When at worst he was like an inch short, if anything. But then they have all these other plays throughout the game where I notice it's like they're cheating us out of a yard.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking spots. It's like
Yep.
no,
You know
it's
what I
not.
really noticed, and
Holding calls.
I called the Eagles to make sure that they were aware of this. I hate that Mahomes starts in shotgun, and then once the pressure comes in, he'll take 2 little steps back, right? And it just draws the offensive and defensive line closer to him, which opens up that space in the middle better. And it's just, I hate the little shit that he does so well.
Here's the thing. Mahomes is fucking incredible.
He's
I'm not taking
incredible.
anything away
Andy
from
Reid
him,
is great
but
too.
They don't need help, and they get it.
Yes.
I think my only hope at this point, besides like fucking Mahomes getting hurt one year or something, is the Bills. They gotta start getting the 1 seed because it's such an easier. Casey gets the fucking 1 seed. They play some bumfuck Texans or whatever, and then they're at home for the AFC Championship game.
Well, like
we
I
gotta go
said,
through the fucking Ravens and run the gauntlet.
Home-
and go on the road against City.
the key is the home for the championship game because, like I said, the Commanders tried. They put a little statue, a little jersey on the Rocky statue.
do that.
They did a takeover of a place called the Hard Rock Philadelphia, which no one in Philadelphia has ever actually been to. It was so
Nobody goes to
cute.
Hard Rock
It was so
Philadelphia.
cute because they're like, we took over fucking Hard Rock, and I remember someone being like, where is it? We don't know the fucking thing. Like, I take over like Tony Luke's or something and shit on the bricks. Do something I know, dude. Fuck you talking
You know
about?
what we should do?
Those sound
Like, we
like
could just
kids
try it for like a year. Just a year. Bills and Eagles, we just swap spots. We'll go to the NFC East, you go to the AFC East just for a year. Try it out.
Honestly, I would love to play the Giants because Commanders are getting better. The Giants might get a quarterback, and Dallas sucks ass. So
I don't care.
We're all
NFC's
good.
Still complete ass. Let's do it. Let's do the trade.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
The Bills
Mike,
have been in like fucking 4 Super Bowls.
for the record, Mike, for the record.
Well, yeah, but then you have to face Mahomes in the Super Bowl, Mike.
But at least I get the enjoyment, like Donnie right now.
I'm having a great time. I haven't stopped smiling since Sunday.
Ignorance is bliss. He actually deep down he knows what's gonna happen.
I don't. I believe with all my fucking guts that we're gonna fucking stop that piece of shit and stop that 3P talk. In my fucking shit. In New Orleans, my fucking second home, I fucking love New Orleans.
You were there one time.
I know, and I want to go back with all my fucking heart. I'm meant to be down there.
Where murderers stay.
I fucking love that fucking place. I love New Orleans, and we went down there. We saw Wrestle fucking Mania. I have a kindred spirit down there. I got good juju down there. We're gonna wipe the floor with that piece of shit. They are not as good as they were in 22, and we are fucking better.
They're better than they were last year, though.
Okay, but we weren't there last year. We played them in 22. They were better then. We are better now. We are a much better team. And Jalen Carter's gonna fucking punch. The only people who are hurt are the offensive line, and we got 2 weeks. And those motherfuckers are 2 of the toughest sons of bitches in the world. I ain't worried about that shit even a little bit. All right.
I'm glad that your hopes aren't too high.
No, my hopes are fucking through the roof. Guess what? Mike? I played the Washington Redskins versus the Eagles on my Madden. What was the score, Mike?
98-0.
98-0. Guess I was pretty close. 55. Okay? We're doing it again. We're hanging. We're Chris Jones. He's gonna be sucking Barkley shit off the turf.
I thought you were going to suck him dry.
Nah. It's gonna Barkley's gonna stop. But hey, Barkley, real quick, Mike, BJ. Thanks, bud. Thanks for Saquon Barkley. He might be this might be the greatest running back season in recorded history. Thank you for this. Holy moly. Wrestling. Royal Rumbles this weekend.
Holy shit.
But it is. I'm sorry.
Royal Rumble, that's
Mike, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I fucking was pulling so hard for you guys to be there. Just because I think, like, the idea of a Bills-Eagles Super Bowl, I don't care if the national media likes that shit. That would be great for our show, but it would also be just, like, great for you and me as
New
as
Orleans
people.
wouldn't have made it, brother.
Yeah, seriously, dude. Hurricane Katrina would pale in comparison to what we would do down there as collective fan bases.
Yeah, maybe one day, once Mahomes retires, we'll see.
Yeah, no, we're taking, LCL, PCL, ACL, MCL, LCL, CDL, we're taking them all, dude.
Thanks.
Take that commercial driving license.
Yeah, see that? Nolan Smith is gonna fucking jack him the fuck up for you. You know what? And when he does it, I want him to yell, fucking Josh Allen. Just for you guys.
Alright, I'm in.
Seriously,
if the Eagles...
We have to join forces and stop the Darth Vader.
Next season, I'm all in on the Eagles.
Dude, if Josh Allen Josh Allen for Jalen Hurts, dude.
No.
Make that trade. Yo, make that trade, dude. Make that trade.
No, thank you.
BJ, what do we got to talk about?
Well, today we're going to talk about WWE and AEW. We got the Royal Rumble preview. Very
We're not
excited.
going to talk about AEW. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
we fucking are.
We got
It's fucking, guess what? Is that, AEW is like Saquon Barkley. It sees the corner and it's turned it. Come on, dude. It has, dude.
Yeah, Dirt Sheet Busters and Mike Garvey, that's the live. The rumors going around pro wrestling. We're the fucking dumb. The WWE Fantasy Season 39, the first update. Can't believe it. Fan emails and so much more.
Mike, 18 plays down the field. You take your 3 points after going for it on fourth 2 times. The first play from offensive scrimmage. Saquon Barkley takes it to the fucking house, dude. The guy on defense, Jalen Carter, he walks over, he goes, motherfucker, I gotta go back out there? I am loving this fucking team. Super Bowl, baby. Mike? I know, I'm
It's
sorry.
good to where you get your podcast. Hear us on Twitter at Ring Rust Radio. Email
Everybody
us-
blaming Kincaid can eat shit too, by the way. Yes, he should have caught that, but my God, dude, fucking, it was still a floofy fucking pass.
There's a million things that
Yeah, it's a million,
should have happened. Yes, he should have made that catch, and yes, it makes me mad that, like, anytime fucking Patrick Mahomes just throws it up there, his guy just makes a play no matter what. But we do it.
Does he have angels in the end zone?
I think he's got devils in the end zone.
No.
Black magic.
They want. Listen, the NFL wanted Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. They got her. Now you don't have to give them the win. You got them where they needed to go.
They already
Now let us have
last
it.
year. I think they absolutely want the three-peat, though, so that's where you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I know they do. That's why we got to fucking put our foot on their throat and kill them.
Email us, ringrustradio@yahoo.com. Buy our merchandise, prowrestlingtees.com/ringrustradio. So many great t-shirt designs, including Catch Your Dick! That's what it felt like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs
seriously,
did
dude.
to me on Sunday.
Not that we're
Like
dwelling. Not that this
Not
is
at all.
like emotionally something. My dad.
I keep trying to just.
Good.
I keep trying to tell myself, like, you know what? Everybody was actually kind of trying to say the Bills were going to suck this year because we cut like 20 guys before the season, and we weren't even supposed to make the AFC Championship game. But I don't fucking care because when you're like one score away from making the Super Bowl, whatever.
Yeah. Well, real quick, my father said to me, I gave him a bit that when we want big hugs, we like have that moment and shit. And my wife is like, it's like, look at you guys. And I said, I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't watch a lot of movies. All my emotion as a man is really invested in my sports love, and this is the reward for that. I'm reaping the reward now for all those years of watching NFC Championship losses. Mike, I've been there, buddy. I know how this feels. That was my childhood. It's like, yo, we're going to the Carolina, Jake Delhomme? What the fuck? Like, I don't know. I haven't, dude, she was good for 1 year, and it was us that fucking had to fall. Whatever, go ahead.
I watched the game with my dad too. We were both disappointed.
Yeah.
But there's the thing. It's like, you're disappointed, but like you just expect it. It's a weird feeling.
No, you're not resigned to it.
I've seen it enough.
Yeah, you're damaged goods. You have a whole bunch of baggage.
Guys, support us at patreon.com/ringrustradio if you want to make me happy and prevent me from being depressed. You can hear ad-free episodes, sign up for fantasy drafts and brackets, make us watch wrestling-related movies and pay-per-views, and so much more. Also, check out Ring Rust Radio on YouTube for updated clips and Triple R Gaming. Donnie, BG, and fans of the show have been playing different games like Call of Duty and WWE 2K each week and posting early access on patreon.com/ringrustradio well before it hits YouTube. If you're interested in joining a session, email ringrustradio@yahoo.com.
Yeah, I mean, we're still doing it. BJ did it this weekend. We did Among Us, Dead by Daylight. We do Rocket League, mass multiplayer games usually, like Marvel Rivals. That game was terrible, and I'm never playing it again. But that's a good example of me trying something once.
Did BG say it was going to be good and you hated it?
No, BJ didn't show up.
Okay.
It was a bunch of other dweebs, like Spence and Mongo and shit, and Everson. They're like, oh, let's play this game, and they're like, dude, you're gonna make me.
Loyal listeners, dweebs.
Dude,
awesome.
they're some of my best friends in this world, but they're fucking losers for like in Marvel what is it, Rivals? He's like, who's main in this one? Who's gonna be leader? I was like, shut up.
What the hell
dude.
is Marvel Rivals? I haven't even heard of it.
It's like
I had to be a shark named Jeff that squirted on everybody. I hated it. I hated it. Let's talk wrestling.
We're gonna put this all in order. From LW to Dark, we're about to have a discussion about the one true sport. Who's selling the finish? Does this make sense in the art? Tell me who botched, who rocked, who's cashing in on the marks. These takes are uncut, man, they're pure and they're raw. Blow up like dynamite, have you smacked down on the floor. On a collision course with the number one source. Now let's head back to the ring for the latest report. Ring Rust.
Alright guys, time to talk WWE and AEW.
Oh, my eyes.
Yeah. What is, BJ has gone from giving us the small, BJ, it's just insane. Why is it this large? Why did you do this to us? The text is, I'm using my thumb as an example. I could use your dong, and it's like two of your dongs, dude.
I took a screenshot, and I've been taking these screenshots. You guys are complaining that they were too small.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, what options does Gmail give me? And it's like,
Okay.
well, use
The
the
largest text around.
Use the original size. So I was like, okay. Use the original. Now they can't complain that it's too small.
I went down to
Now
AEW.
it's too big. All right.
I will
Do
say
they not
this.
have a slider that like has a percentage? You just
Yeah.
go little by little.
Can you just copy the text, maybe? Here's the deal.
I know, this
Can I
is
tell?
too big for you guys? You can't handle it.
Yeah, it's too much girth for me.
adjust next week.
I'm used to much more sizable content.
Maybe something a little more manageable.
I will say this. You can call me Tom because I was being a little bit petty. I scrolled right down to AEW to make sure it was just as big. I was like, this motherfucker better not have made the AEW smaller, right? Yeah, you're a real piece of shit. You're a real piece of fucking work, dude. We actually had a couple deaths this week, and I'm hoping Mike can help me because I forget the one.
Well, I only know the one.
Which was?
Colonel De Beers.
Yes, there was another one this week. I'll have to look it up.
I didn't know that.
There was but Colonel De Beers, AEW, right? He for sure, and then WC.
AEW? AWA.
AWA. What did I say?
AEW. If Colonel De Beers had wrestled in WWF, he would have been in AEW for sure at some point.
That's.
Ever notice your dog slowing down and having health issues and wonder, what can I do to make them better? Well, my friend, add rough greens to your dog's food for 90 days and I guarantee you'll see changes that will amaze you. Greetings. Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, inventor of Rough Greens here, and I invite you to give your pup the Rough Greens 90-Day Challenge. In the first 30 days, you'll see shinier coats and increased energy. By day 60, your dog will have a stronger immune system, less shedding, improved joint function, all due to the live nutrients that you've added to their diet. And at 90 days, better digestion, reduced inflammation, improved heart health, and you may even have reduced their cancer risk. Fetch your dog a free Jumpstart trial bag today. Go to roughgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. That's ruffgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. You just cover the shipping. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens.
Probably true. Hey, listen, it's alternative. Guys jump ship back and forth. It's fine. But Colonel Beers has actually had some fun stuff during that time. Going through the history of AWA, he was a big part of that. And I always found it so funny that these guys were supposed to be from all these exotic places. And then when you look up where they're from, it's always fucking Minnesota. It's
Really?
always.
I mean, it's always like a Russian guy,
Yep.
but he's from Minnesota.
Yeah. Latvian
Colonel De
dude. Yeah.
'Cause,
Dude
like,
was Adnan, he was from, Adnan Hassan, wasn't he from fucking Minnesota too?
Yeah, pretty much all of them. I've, not seen a ton of Colonel De Beers, but I've watched some old AWA, so I've seen a little bit. He's like, basically like he's kind of like an apartheid South African leader, like basically a fucking racist. That's what his character was.
Yep.
'Cause that was huge back in the day.
Yeah, it's popular.
But you know, the main thing I learned about him, just like kind of looking up that I didn't know, is like when he just went by the name Ed Wisnowski for a little while, and they billed him from Buffalo, New York.
Oh man,
that sounds like my fucking like cousin or something.
I got it.
Ed Wisnowski, on my Polish side.
I gotta tell you, from the bottom of my heart, that is the most Buffalo story I've ever heard in my fucking life. Holy shit, dude. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Ed.
Did we mention Rey Mysterio Sr. died?
Didn't that happen a long time ago?
I think it did, but I think we were away. There was somebody else
R.I.P.
passed away, and I feel like I'm going to be doing a disservice with this segment. It starts as a joke, but we always kind of do our best to mention everybody that's passed, but I thought there was another pretty premature one too. I'll look it up. But yes, so sorry to all those people. We make jokes, but I think dark humor is the best way to handle sadness. So speaking of I'm blind now, Saturday night's main event review. This is 1,000 fucking points, dude. What the fuck is going on here? Rhea Ripley defeated Nia Jax. Braun Breaker beat Sheamus, so your IC championship predictions were wrong.
What?
Braun Strowman got that dub.
Breaker.
Braun Strowman got that dub.
He got, by DQ, he basically died.
Listen, the dub. On paper, he got the dub. You know what I mean?
That was one of my favorite parts of the show, when Jacob Fatu just beat the living fuck out of Braun Strowman.
Oh, yeah. You didn't even have a little... Gunther defeated Jey Uso. And somewhere Rikishi cried.
This was fine, but this just like there was no reason for it to even have to happen.
Nope.
Like I understand
Nope.
they're kind of at the with whatever deal they have. It seems they're at the mercy of NBC. So if NBC is like, I want this on this particular Saturday, then they're gonna do it because they're gonna make money. So I get that part of it, but like so close to the Royal Rumble, it just wasn't like Rhea and Nia weren't like feuding. Braun and Sheamus have been, that's fine. Strowman and Fatu have been a little bit, that's fine. Gunther Jay kind of came out of left field too, so it's just like felt like it was thrown together.
Pay-per-view for the sake of a pay-per-view.
Matches were fine, but like we didn't need this to happen.
No.
So hopefully the next time it's like a couple months from now, and they could build to it properly because we didn't need this.
One of the emails you will read later, which I am not going to be here because I've decided to leave early, is saying that oversaturation. He's like, I don't think I'm a wrestling fan anymore.
We'll discuss it.
I will tell you because I will not discuss it. I will tell you right now that I don't believe that if we stop doing the show, I don't believe I'd watch any longer. I think I would be done with AEW and WWE, and I would come back eventually, but I would need a several month to several year, cleanse.
Except for AEW.
No, including everything. It would be everything. I think I'm to the point where there's so much content. Here's the thing. I do genuinely love wrestling. Going back and watching the old shit, it was like, I was getting like a rush watching that shit. It's like super invigorating and shit. What a rush seeing fucking LOD. I'd pop so hard. So my problem now is I don't feel that, or I feel that feeling so little now. Or so sparingly.
Because you're a miserable person.
No. It's because there's so much content, and it's just
because you came on here for a decade just fucking crying nonstop.
No, I like different stuff than you. No, I cry.
No, that's not what it is.
That's what. Yes, it was. I like Bray Wyatt. You like Roman Reigns. It's very simple.
No, you have a fucking gimmick that you still come on here for the past 3 years, even though content has been better.
We were right about
cry nonstop.
I was right about Bray Wyatt. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I think like if we didn't have the show, I would absolutely still watch all the WWE pay-per-views, but I wouldn't if I'm missing a Raw or SmackDown or whatever. That'd be fine. I actually would like the ability to. I just don't feel like watching it, but we kind of have to.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't watch AEW anymore besides the pay-per-views, and that watch what you like more so.
Mm-hmm.
So I at least have done that for myself. I still have to watch stuff, and it can be a little bit cumbersome at times when you don't want to watch it, but. At least I'm down to just WWE and AEW pay-per-views then.
Yeah. Well, BJ, would you, or would you just go on the? Well, if we didn't do the show first? You'd fall off the deep end, get on the hard stuff.
cry.
Yeah, I know you would. Not a joke.
No, I mean, sometimes when we don't have a show coming up, if I'm not around to watch a show, I usually don't go back to watch it. So
Same.
I would watch because, we, at Bleach Report, we cover it for work, right? So we still keep up with it. I think I would watch the pay-per-views. So those are fun. Like, we text back and forth. Sometimes we'll hop on the call. So those are fun. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's different for us as we are in our 30s.
I mean, sometimes you hop on a call. Sometimes you and the boys just during a pay-per-view hop on a call together and just talk while the pay-per-view's on.
Yeah, remember we did that?
I never did that with you. I know I don't. You include me in your fucking mess. I never did that shit with you.
What are you talking about? You?
I ain't never done. Don't you ever fucking.
You
say.
did do that, and I said I'm not interested in doing that.
You did it too, Mike. Yeah, I remember now. Mike did it too.
You had to pay the $5 to get in. There was a whole bunch of dicks that we missed.
Oh my God! That was different. That was that was different.
The money was something else because I was part of that, and I was pissed.
Yeah, that's right. I made you both pay the $5 and never reimbursed.
No, I got it back when we were in Philly.
Yeah. Yeah, but
all of it except for one.
That was via rough hand job. That was we equated it out to $5. I just mashed at it for a little.
I'll just end by saying this. I understand the fatigue, but it is like this time of year where it is exciting for me still. Yeah. Like if it's Royal Rumble, I'm excited. Leading up to WrestleMania, I'm excited. The rest of the year can be a little tough.
We're coming out of one of the we're coming out of one of the worst parts of the year usually, which is the Christmas time.
I don't think it was that bad compared to previous years.
Well, WWE actually kind of tried this time because they had the Netflix thing.
That's true. Yeah, and but I mean, even still, then we saw a lot of the same stuff with Owens and Cody, and it was a lot of the same things over and over again. But it is. You're right. Royal Rumble time because it's Kevin Owens. Royal Rumble time. He's carrying Cody. Royal Rumble time is great. We all know that. But Royal Rumble to me is the part of it's the beginning. It's the beginning of the playoffs, and WrestleMania is the finals.
Yeah, it's the Super Bowl.
Yep. So
I don't know why you couldn't figure that out. They say it all the fucking time. But this
it's copyrighted. We can't say that.
Go on while we did Triple R Gaming, playing Among Us and Dead by Daylight. Fall Guys. So that was fun. It was fun to have on.
If criminals broke into your house at that moment, they would be like, you know what? We're not going to rob you. You fucking loser.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. They're there right now, dude. They're there right now.
See, Donnie called them up.
Yeah. Go ahead. All right, Mike. Real quick, BJ, did you feel the same way Mike did? It didn't need to happen. Stupid. Force feeding pay-per-views?
Yeah. When they first announced it, I didn't hate the idea because the Royal Rumble is only going to have 4 matches. So it's like, okay, you get a couple championship matches here. But they did an awful job of building this. Jacob Fatu was for like 2 weeks.
Oh, Cinnamon, you stop. I didn't get you to it yet.
Jey Uso and Gunther was like a week of build. Rhea and Nia came out of nowhere. So the card itself was the problem and the build to it. But I didn't think it was that big of a deal of having it a week before the Rumble because the Rumble is only going to have 4 matches, which I'm happy about.
My little birdie told me,
yeah.
My little inside source, is telling me that you guys are talking about Tony Khan being a little too in the weeds and being a little too deep in and being overwhelmed. I think Mr. Triple H is a little too overwhelmed and a little too...
Were you listening to our fucking podcast before?
Mm-hmm.
Triple H is good, brother. He's the fucking 2-time defending Booker of the Year. We're good.
Cool. It's easy to be the Booker of the Year when you're covering up for Vince
and you're the
McMahon's
best. I agree.
Sexual.
That's how it's easy to do it.
Yeah, he's not. I
feel like that would make it tougher.
Yeah.
Easy, dude. He was hiding it for him. All he had to do was keep his mouth shut.
Why are you saying that shit?
I don't know you're saying that shit. What, do you fucking, is it your dad or something? Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm just saying.
Let's go on to let's go on to the Royal Rumble, February 1st. February 1st.
Saturday.
Back to my favorite month.
6 p.m. start time, baby.
We'll be done by like 10 o'clock. We can do some Triple R Gaming after.
Is this Saturday?
It's this time, February 1st, dude.
Oh, my goodness. No, I'm going to be at the mountains. I'm not going to be anywhere near a fucking computer. Fuck you guys. I am. I'm going to see Dogman. When this is happening, I'll be watching Dogman in the movie theater.
Are you serious? I got to go see fucking Dogman the day of.
I convinced my kid to wait till Saturday, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Saturday, afternoon before the Rumble.
Yeah, so we're going in the morning, we're going ice tobogganing at the frozen lake at the mountains, and then at 7 o'clock we have tickets for fucking Dogman.
Dogman's all the rage.
Yeah, there you go.
What's Dogman?
It's like a book series.
It's a comic, it's a graphic novel book, like chapter book.
Can I like look at this on like work computer?
Yeah. It's for my kids, dude.
It's for children.
Yeah, Lucy.
Wait, I saw a commercial for like the movie for this thing.
Yeah.
No shit. Hi, welcome to the conversation.
It's a big,
great to have you.
thing for kids.
The font of this book reminds me of like Captain Underpants.
It is literally,
guy,
it's the same guy. Yes,
Dave
and
Oki.
Lucy read all the books, and I said, you read all the books, I'll take you to the movie. Boom, all the books.
Yep.
That's a good way to get
That's a pizza party fucking initiative. See, I learned from Pizza Hut. They're making a comeback. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. All right, let's talk about the Royal Rumble. The men's Royal Rumble. LA Knight, John Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Romeo Reg, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, Penta, Chad Gable, Braun Breaker. 14.
Good field stacked, he might even say.
Who's 14? Oh, it's like 13. Like, oh, it's Taz. But it's 14. It's Mordecai. He's back.
14 people.
Oh, okay. So we are waiting for 16 others. So we're going to go through, as we usually do for this time of year. We usually do surprise entrance, first two in, the longest, eliminations, final four, the final two, and then your winner. So this is always fun. I do a lot of preparing. Mike made sure to remind me to prepare, and I listened.
This is my favorite WWE section of the year. Every year is doing predictions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I will say this. If there was ever a bettors match, it's the Royal Rumble. Like, as a sometimes sports gambler, this is the most fun to be like, yeah, you know what?
A million things you could bet on.
Yes, exactly. If you're into props, this is your shit. Fucking, you better fucking bet your ass I'm doing fucking coin flip.
Then we'll each say ours, and then first to win, we'll each say ours, kind of thing.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So we always.
I'll go first. Surprise entrance for the men's Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Trick Williams from NXT.
I got him.
I think it could potentially be his call up even.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Obafemi.
Oh.
Sometimes they put the champion in there, sometimes they don't, but it would be pretty sweet if they did.
Okay.
Kind of a surprise intro, I guess, because we haven't seen him in like a year. Omos. He left Japan. He's coming back to WWE. He's doing a fucking last ride in Japan, so.
I did happen to catch some of that.
Did you see that last ride he was doing?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't think he's very good, but yeah, it's a cool move.
I think he's decent for being a giant.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
If he was booked well enough, he could be fine.
Listen, I saw 911 fucking run ECW for about 7 months based on a choke slam.
I want to see Omos and Obafemi in the middle of this damn ring, alright? Joe Hendry, TNA World Champion, the new TNA World Champion.
Yep, I got him.
A returning Randy Orton.
Oh.
Been out with injury.
Oh.
Aleister Black, he is
Whoa!
gone.
Is he really gone for good?
He's gone for AEW.
No compete clause?
We don't know.
Wow.
You would think, but CM Punk didn't have one. So if CM Punk doesn't have one, maybe Aleister Black doesn't have one. And I think it was very interesting, something that happened on Raw. Rey Mysterio's having his match, and they're like, this is Zelina Vega's last night on Raw. She's going to be going over to SmackDown. This is it for her in the LWO. Why are you telling me that days before the Royal Rumble? Because I think she's going to SmackDown to be with Aleister Black, and maybe it's happening as soon as the Royal Rumble.
Wow, that's crazy.
Look at you finding fucking little eggies. What do they call them in video games? Eggshells? What do they call them?
Easter eggs?
Easter eggs. I don't know what the fuck
Little eggs. My last choice.
You're so close.
I don't want to be right.
My last surprise entrant, and I've been picking him for like a few years now. I'm going to keep doing it until it happens. Wade Barrett.
Oh.
Wade Barrett.
Okay, BJ?
I also agree with Mike on Trick Williams and Joe Hendry. I'm going to throw in there JBL.
Ever notice your dog slowing down and having health issues and wonder, what can I do to make them better? Well, my friend, add Rough Greens to your dog's food for 90 days and I guarantee you'll see changes that will amaze you. Greetings. Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, inventor of Rough Greens here, and I invite you to give your pup the Rough Greens 90-Day Challenge. In the first 30 days, you'll see shinier coats and increased energy. By day 60, your dog will have a stronger immune system, less shedding, improved joint function, all due to the live nutrients that you've added to their diet. And at 90 days, better digestion, reduced inflammation, improved heart health, and you may even have reduced their cancer risk. Fetch your dog a free Jumpstart trial bag today. Go to roughgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. That's ruffgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. You just cover the shipping. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens.
Because he keeps making the
Oh,
rounds.
yeah, he has been doing a lot of shit.
Yeah, a lot of shows lately with him. I'm gonna go with Dolph Ziggler.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I think he's been in like the second most Royal Rumbles ever.
So let's bring him back, and hopefully, eventually, all the way back.
I would laugh because like they'll call him Nick Nemeth. Will they be like, by the way, this guy's name used to be Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah. Listen, good. Dolph Ziggler's not a good name. And my final surprise entrant, The Rock.
Oh, okay. I don't have The Rock in the Rumble, but
Oh.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
I think The
Okay.
Rock is number 30.
Okay.
And he wins.
We'll get to that later.
Okay,
say it,
all right. I'm not trying to collect data for an upcoming article. Relax. Some people I just thought of as you were talking. Ethan Page,
Yeah, I thought about him.
See that? Mm-hmm.
Definite possibility.
Phoenix.
No, he's Tony
Hey,
Khan.
Phoenix?
Tony Khan's
I
got him
don't.
down the weeds with
I
him.
don't believe the
Yeah.
dirt sheets, so
No,
I don't know.
no.
If you're how are you going to not believe them for Aleister Black, but also believe them for this? Like, get off.
Well,
the-
because Ray Phoenix is posting like fucking pictures of him in a straitjacket because
It's a work,
held
brother.
against his will.
it's a work,
It's a
brother.
work.
Becky Lynch.
No, this is the men's Royal Rumble, brother. Unless you got her in the men's Royal Rumble.
Becky Lynch. Actually, Rhea Ripley then. But Rhea,
I
she
could
said she
see-
wanted to be in the women. She wanted to be in the men's one, so let Rhea
Yeah,
Ripley be in
wouldn't
here.
shock me.
Okay, we'll put Rhea Ripley for you.
Brock-
Brock. Something.
Brock Lesnar.
You got Brock in it?
Mm-hmm.
That
And
would be-
They're gonna say it's okay that you wanted that lady to pee on you, or you wanted
no,
to pee
we
on
wanted
her?
photos of the peeing.
Okay.
Idiot. And that's fine. Listen, if like I said, it was in private, and like I said, if he's only doing your weird sexual shit in private, it's consenting, whatever, dude.
Well, we don't know if it was consenting. I think that's part of the issue.
I don't have an issue with it, so I'm fine with him showing up.
As long as you don't have an issue.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
To me, at least. And, of course, Jimmy Wang Yang.
Hell yeah.
Jimmy
I miss
Wang.
when we used to get
We
shit
made
like
a
that from
Jimmy
Al.
Wang.
That was
Yo,
amazing.
I made a Jimmy.
He gave up because he said Josh from fucking Huff and Up and
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah,
Wang
the
Yang.
Yeti.
We did,
Yeah,
with Jimmy Wang Yang came up during the YouTube, recording the other night. I was,
Oh, yeah.
I was singing a Rolling Stones song, and then it was Jimmy Wang Yang, it's a yang yang yang. Perfect, right? So Jimmy Wang Yang. Mike, this is what you're missing, bud.
It needs
You're
to
you're stuck up and won't
Yeah.
play video
Don't play
games
with
with
them.
us. They're free.
Video James?
Video
I don't want to
games.
play video James.
Video games. bud. You ever play video
That
games?
should be like a wrestler. Video James.
Did you see the dude who's the Pearl Jam guy who just it's this
Stephen Flo?
Stephen Flo.
Stephen Flo. I love that shit.
That's why I love the independent wrestling scene. It's because that's where you try that ridiculous bullshit out. I just don't think there's
and
a.
then there was this other dude who he faced Matt Cardona in like GCW because like they had him like facing like a bunch of bums, and his name is Tommy Invincible, and he just does like all like the moves, like he does the fucking attitude adjustment, RKO, fucking people's elbow and shit. He just does like every top guy's move. His name's Tommy Invincible.
I fucking love it. Independent wrestling is so fucking stupid sometimes that it's good. Like I don't know. I love it. I love it. Next,
The first two in. I'm going with
Crash and Smash.
Crash
Ash and
Bandicoot?
Smash. I said Ash and
You
Smash.
said Crash and Smash.
You know the leather boys.
I'm going with Carmelo Hayes as one of them. I think they're building up for a big Rumble performance, and Sami Zayn is the other.
Oh. I'm going with Chad Gable and Dolph Ziggler.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm going with number 1 being Drew McIntyre,
Whoa.
and number 2 being CM Punk.
Whoa.
I really hope that. Well, I don't know who you picked to win, but I really hope that we don't get anybody winning from 1 or 2 this year because they overdid it for a couple of years.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
None of those. Listen, the idea is you get them out of it conceivably by having them come in first, and then honestly, that's why the one thing I love about Good Rumble is you get a lot of the really top guys in really early, so when they last to like 23, 24, and you're like, fuck, they were so close, but it makes sense they lost.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Who stays in the longest? I'm going with Sami Zayn.
I am also going with Sami Zayn.
I think they'd give it to someone like Logan Paul.
Well, I don't think they're going to Logan Paul. And actually, I really liked what they did with him on Raw. Everybody's always like, I'm going to outlast 29 other superstars. And Logan Paul's just like, I'm not going to try to throw anybody out. I just got to throw one person out. Which is like literally how you should be thinking to win the Royal Rumble.
Well, I mean, he's the kind of guy who comes
in late and like try to like fucking sneak a win.
No, I think he comes in third and then pulls the Roman Reigns and hangs out outside for 40 minutes and then comes in at the end.
I always liked in the 2000 Royal Rumble at one point, Road Dogg just like in the fetal position underneath the turnbuckle so that no one can get him out.
If the Royal Rumble was real, that's what you 100% should do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would go out from underneath I would go under the ring and just fucking literally lay on the floor outside until somebody.
I mean, Jerry Lawler did it. With the
pick me
Rumble.
up. Pick me up if you like. If you're so strong.
No one can pick you up, I mean.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome.
Most eliminations? I'm going Drew McIntyre.
I'm also going Drew McIntyre.
I think someone like Braun Breaker.
I can see it. It's possible. Final 4 of the Royal Rumble. I am saying CM Punk, John Cena, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Could you imagine that Final 4?
Wow. I had something very similar, potentially the same exact actually, but then I changed it to CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, The Rock, and Roman Reigns.
Okay.
All right. I have Roman Reigns, John Cena, Logan Paul, and Braun Breaker.
Okay.
Wow.
Final 2, I have CM Punk and John Cena going back to the old rivalry.
I have Roman Reigns versus John Cena.
And I have Roman Reigns and The Rock.
Oh my God. My winner is CM Punk, and I'll explain that a little bit because I had for weeks my thought process was it was going to be John Cena, but my mind was very much changed by Raw because with a lot of times with the Rumble when they're like throwing it in your face and kind of making you think it's going to happen, it usually happens. And the closing segment of Raw, which was great by the way, promo battle between Cody and CM Punk, saying he's going to be the one to win the Rumble. He's going to be the one to take the title from Cody Rhodes. Like, that to me was like so blatant that I feel like it's going to be Punk. And then another reason is because they're very, very significantly advertising John Cena for Elimination Chamber.
I agree.
So if John Cena wins the Rumble, what reason does he even have to be at Elimination Chamber?
Like a talking segment? No, I think he wins. I think he wins or at least is in Elimination Chamber.
I agree. So I think it comes down to Punk and Cena because if it comes down to that, people will have the belief either guy could win. So that's a perfectly good final 2. But I think it ends up being Punk. Yeah. And Punk, he could face Cody, or him and Gunther would be fine too. So you have a lot of options if you have him win.
Absolutely, Mike. That was my original thought. Then I changed it to Roman Reigns.
Wow. So, okay.
So Reigns.
Explain the thought process.
So, right.
Rock
so
win the
my
title
thing
from
is,
Cody?
so Roman Reigns and The Rock are the final 2. Roman Reigns wins, okay? Because The Rock as the final boss can just do what he wanted to do last year. I'm injecting myself into the title match.
This is poop. You didn't think this through, because this is poop.
Why?
I mean, I think it's plausible.
It's not plausible.
Exactly
Roman Reigns, The Rock's not getting in the Royal Rumble to lose. If he's in it, he's winning it.
No, because then Roman Reigns doesn't really have the path to get.
He's not getting physical with Roman. If he's fighting Roman Reigns at a later point, he's not getting physical with him here.
Rock wants to come back and fucking take tribal chief status. Because The Rock, why the fuck did they have a whole year?
Well, in a sense, if he wins, he's fighting Cody.
But then to come back and fucking praise Cody, but then on the next night be like, I have you all fucking fooled. Just wait, let's see what happens. It's like, all right, I'm gonna wait and see what happens. And for a while, we've thought that Roman Reigns or The Rock could win the Royal Rumble and go face Cody.
No.
So I'm just
Terrible,
gonna say,
terrible idea. Right. Terrible idea. The answer is Roman versus Cena. Roman wins.
So what? You have Roman and Cody 3?
Yeah. Well, if you're not doing the Rock thing, which I still believe there's a chance the Rock could win.
Cody's saying the same thing as you.
No, because the Rock's not in the Royal Rumble. He just interjects himself with Cody and not with Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns has to go around them. You want the Rock in the Royal Rumble to lose? Like, what are you talking about? If the Rock's in the Rumble, he's winning.
I'm saying the Rock goes in to try to fucking win it himself, but then he loses because Roman Reigns wins, and so the Rock, as the final boss, is like, you know what? The Cody crybabies, they cry, but Roman Reigns isn't gonna fucking cry. I'm injecting myself into this.
Roman is 100% winning this. Here's the thing: they can't let CM Punk win because you can't have a fucking B+ player main event in WrestleMania. The Roman has to main event night 2. It just is what it is. I'm sorry, guys. Like that's welcome to the new rules. No. No, the women are gonna main event night 1.
I don't think that's happening at all. But here's what I got going on with Roman Reigns.
Ever notice your dog slowing down and having health issues and wonder, what can I do to make them better? Well, my friend, add Rough Greens to your dog's food for 90 days and I guarantee you'll see changes that will amaze you. Greetings. Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, inventor of Rough Greens here, and I invite you to give your pup the Rough Greens 90-day challenge. In the first 30 days, you'll see shinier coats and increased energy. By day 60, your dog will have a stronger immune system, less shedding, improved joint function, all due to the live nutrients that you've added to their diet. And at 90 days, better digestion, reduced inflammation, improved heart health, and you may even have reduced their cancer risk. Fetch your dog a free Jumpstart trial bag today. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code 90day. That's ruffgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. You just cover the shipping. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens.
I think that he eliminates Solo, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga. If he's in the Rumble, he takes them all out, right? And then I think like he gets down to the Final 4 and they kind of like show back up and eliminate him.
No.
And I think The Rock is with them calling the shots, and they beat the living fuck out of Roman, and we get the reveal that The Rock has been pulling the strings the entire time. He's pissed that Roman won back the Ulafala, and because everything that happened on that first Netflix Raw, where like Rock kind of like was looking menacingly as he gave him the Ulafala and, you know, shook his hand and all that shit. To me, it's got to be leading to Rock and Roman, and I think that's a way you can get to it that makes sense. And you don't have to have the title involved. It could be for the Ulafala, for the role of Tribal Chief, and that main event's one of your nights. And then I have Punk winning the Rumble. Maybe you got Punk and Cody as the other main event.
Nah, I don't. It's Cody and Punk. Talking about B+ fucking players. No thanks. I'd rather have the Goyles main event. Let's go on to the next one.
Women's Royal Rumble.
Okay, let's do it. Did you have anything else? So that's our picks. I'm just making sure there's nothing else you love this. I'm just making sure we covered it.
If it's not Roman Reigns, I do think it is CM Punk. I feel like he really should have won last year if he didn't get hurt.
Hold up. I want to say this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. Hold on. It's going to be hard for me to say out loud, but I got to get through it. I wouldn't mind John Cena winning, going against Cody, and then winning the championship to make it the 17th. He's the top guy, and then he loses it to Roman Reigns at SummerSlam or something.
No, I would like Cena to win the championship at any point this year, but I don't see him win Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Excited because of the eliminations.
I understand that. I understand that. They could just have him.
He needs some type of fucking adversity for this retirement tour.
Oh, really? Why start now?
Well,
fuck out of here, dude. He took down the whole fucking Nexus. Don't even look at me.
I'm excited to see Penta in the Rumble, by the way. He's awesome. So
I was thinking of a way to get him in like Final 4 or something like that. I just don't. I see him being early on. Early on, he clears out a couple people, big Penta spectacle, but then like,
Well, that would be fun.
Then you know what I would have him do?
Braun Breaker had a little stare down on Raw, so I could see them having a thing in the Rumble.
You know what he should do? Run in the ring. Mike, you get this? Run in the ring, take out 3 or 4 people, hit the top rope, and then jump out on people.
You know what I want to see? Stupid. I want to see... No, don't do a Mil Mascaras. Don't do that. I want to see Penta, like, fucking dominating, and then Matanza shows up.
Oh, shit.
I cannot even begin to explain to you how much I would pop it.
Can I tell you? No, can I tell you the one person who could show up in WWE that would make me interested again? Only one person.
Marty the Moth?
That's your brother.
Dario Cueto.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
He's in MLW.
Because if he yeah, but I can't watch that. So if he fucking shows up, man, and he says Triple H is like, you're fucking going down. All right? And he just like, and then Raw Underground is like literally just like Lucha Underground, right? Come on, dude.
Honestly, I was thinking of this recently, and I was thinking like, if I was just like fucking running WWE and I could do whatever I wanted, I would buy the fucking Lucha Underground library, bring in as many Lucha Underground people as I could, and just have like a fucking separate show, and just make it Lucha Underground.
I gotta tell you from the bottom of my heart, it wasn't, I'd bring in guys like Krista Joseph, I'd bring in the writers. Because to me, that's what made it feel so special.
Well, yeah, they had the formula.
Because here's the thing, they would bring a talent in.
And WWE can do the production.
They would bring the talent in, and they would make them work for the story. Like, it didn't, like, I would never in a million years would have thought of cheerleader Melissa as Mary Posa. Right? I never would have thought of Chelsea Green.
Nobody would have thought of Jeff Cobb as a fucking monster.
As Matanza. Chelsea Green as the fucking, as the Spider Lady.
Makusa.
How about fucking the Black Lotus Triad? Come on, man. So cool. Come on, man. He took fucking Kairi Sane and fucking Io Sky and had to fight Penta. Give that guy $1 million and tell him to write my show.
You can get a lot more than that.
No, probably not. Because Krista Joseph's like, I'll work for a lot less.
Oh, you mean just for him? Oh, okay. I mean, $1 million to do the whole thing.
No, just for the writers.
Oh, okay.
Just give me the writers. All right, Women's Royal Rumble match. Bayley, Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Lyra Valkyrie, Ivy Nile, Io Sky. Charlotte Flair's promos come back. Thoughts?
I was going to ask thoughts.
I have thoughts.
I got some thoughts.
Because you are always on the side of surprise.
Yes. It was a week before the Rumble. Just fucking hold off on it.
Well, it was 3. They've been doing it for like 3 weeks. I have no problem with it, and here's why. We fucking knew Charlotte was coming back. She tore her ACL more than a year ago. Like, it was going to be a surprise, but not a surprise. Becky's going to be in this probably as a surprise. There's your big surprise. You are going to have Jordan
And Becky wouldn't allow Charlotte to be a surprise.
I could see that.
Petty.
I can see it. Jordan Grace is going to be debuting, and that's going to be a surprise. Like, you're going to have plenty of surprises. This, like, Charlotte Flair, we knew she was going to be like, I have no problem that you're hyping her up as the potential favorite for the Rumble. Because you have enough other surprises in the chamber.
Nah.
And I also like that we've only had 10 announcements for the women, 14 for the men, plenty of open space for surprises.
Absolutely.
And give me at least 1 or 2 fucking legends per Rumble match. We haven't been getting that lately. I would like, just throw me one little bone here.
Mm-hmm.
No, right. Absolutely not.
Surprise entrance I got for the women's match. Becky Lynch, of course. Jordan Grace, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Asuka returning from injury.
Oh.
I've got Jade Cargill returning from injury or backstage politics, depending on who you believe.
What was that?
You never heard that report that he did?
I actually decided this a couple months ago to stop showing up for your dumbass segments. I know I have.
I know. Well, you miss a lot of hilarious things.
Yeah. I'm laughing all the way to the back.
But that was a report by Dave. He's like, I've heard she's either injured or it's a storyline or there's backstage politics.
Oh, like, all the things. Yeah.
I got Kiana James coming back. She's been out injured / getting something else done. So I guess
What's getting something else done mean?
You know what it means.
You know what? Enhancements.
Oh, like Core Jade.
Exactly. Alexa Bliss. I'm saying she was back. The reports going around is like, oh, they're having a little contract thing. She was supposed to come back. Calling bullshit on her. I think she'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
From NXT, Roxanne Perez. I think much in the way of Trick Williams, that could be maybe her call-up.
Mm-hmm.
Julia. Got a lot of momentum. Big star. I could see her being in it. Mm-hmm. And for the legend, saying Nikki Bella will be in because she's back in the good graces of WWE.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
She had the domestic violence thing, and then all of a sudden she's back in WWE. It's just wild how shit just changes so quickly. It really is.
Well, it's so weird because she was like actively trying to get into AEW, and then all of a sudden she pops back up in WWE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Smart.
because Deep Rise at home.
Smart.
Because Deep Rise at home, he's like, I don't talk to those people. I'm home. Fucking being with Birdie here, motherfucker. I ain't got no time for your dumb shit.
And Bree's like, oh, I can't go with you to WWE because Dan Red's like kind of sort of still in AEW.
Yep.
So she just basically screwed over her sister.
He's like, sorry, babe. Sorry, you know how it is. You know, like, play along. Tony's kind of a bitch. But look at this check.
He probably is still getting fat checks.
Dude, you bet your fucking ass.
He's got the fucking Lanny Poffo deal.
Tony's like, all right, Dan, here's the deal. All right, here you go. Here's the deal. What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna call. I'll give you a fat check, exactly like you want it, but I gotta be able to call you sometimes because I have booking ideas. I want to run by you. He's like, yeah, cool. All right, yeah. Sign that check. Oh, cool. All right, I'm going to Seattle. Call me when needed. And then he's like, I left the phone off the hook. Sorry, I was in the forest. I didn't have service. Whoops.
I was taking a dump in a hole in the ground.
Didn't have service near my hole. All right, let's go BJ.
I also have Jordan Grace, Roxanne Perez, Jade Cargill, Becky Lynch, and for Legend, let's go with Victoria.
She did just sign a Legends deal pretty recently, I think.
No Lita or Trish this year? We always tend to get one. Usually Lita. She's just like, Trish does the stories, Lita does the surprises. So I'm going to say Lita. She comes back. I do agree. I think Nikki Bella for sure. Becky Lynch for sure. Jordan Grace for sure. Asuka, I like that idea.
Yeah, that's fun.
Some more off the wall. Britt Baker.
That would be off the wall.
You know what I mean? Something where just like, you know what I mean?
I don't need her ruining my Royal Rumble, brother.
Listen, dude, it'd be a Triple H would be sending out somebody to throw her right over the top rope.
Good, okay.
If Britt Baker gets Santino'd, no, but she's great. She's great, and you'd be lucky to have her. Whoop, 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 yeah. Give me a whoop, whoop. Yeah, so that's it. I gotta say it once. So first two in?
First two in. I got Io Sky.
Ever notice your dog slowing down and having health issues and wonder, what can I do to make them better? Well, my friend, add Rough Greens to your dog's food for 90 days and I guarantee you'll see changes that will amaze you. Greetings. Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, inventor of Rough Greens here, and I invite you to give your pup the Rough Greens 90-Day Challenge. In the first 30 days, you'll see shinier coats and increased energy. By day 60, your dog will have a stronger immune system, less shedding, improved joint function, all due to the live nutrients that you've added to their diet. And at 90 days, better digestion, reduced inflammation, improved heart health, and you may even have reduced their cancer risk. Fetch your dog a free Jumpstart trial bag today. Go to roughgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. That's ruffgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. You just cover the shipping. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens.
And Asuka, returning Asuka.
Wow. I got Roxanne Perez and Bayley.
I can see it.
I have Roxanne Perez as well, but it's against Kairi Sane.
Oh, okay. She's injured. I wonder if she's going to be okay to wrestle or not.
I thought it was a finger or something, right? I didn't think it was.
I think it was like her elbow or her hand. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was a finger.
Something in the arm area.
Yeah.
What do you guys melt?
Listen, we're guessing. I never once implied that I fucking knew anything. I'm just saying shit like, I am no way, you know what, let me say it up front. Guys, in no way am I an authority figure on injuries or news behind the scenes. We're just guys chatting. We're just guys talking. Talking about talking. You're so stupid. You guys are so stupid.
I'm so stupid.
Next one?
Who stays in the longest? I got Io Sky.
I got Roxanne Perez.
I'm gonna say
Britt Baker.
No, I'm gonna say Nia Jax for stays in the longest and most eliminations.
Oh, I have her for most eliminations as well.
I have Jordan Grace for most eliminations.
Mm-hmm.
And included in that elimination will be her body slamming Nia Jax over the top rope.
Hey.
Holy fuck. If you're not building that story exactly like Hogan and Andre, like, if they just, don't even mention it, just literally, like, even, like, verbatim some fucking promos and shit like that, and have fucking, like, have Nia Jax come out and then, like, rips, Jordan Grace's weight belt off or something instead of her cross. You know what I mean?
I want to see because how hilarious it'll look, because Jordan Grace is, like, strong as fuck, but she's also, like,
short.
4'2".
Yes.
So she's gonna be, like, so tiny trying to...
But it would be, honestly, Hogan was this big fucking blonde with huge muscles going against this even fucking bigger person in Andre. And if you just redo the storyline, I would fucking love that. I'm telling you, I'm printing money for these motherfuckers, dude.
Meltz is gonna give it -4 stars.
No, he's not. He's gonna be like, something about it I fucking love this time.
No, he hates women.
No, that is true. I forgot about that.
Never forget.
Hashtag never forget. Good.
Final four.
Hashtag it happened.
I got Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Io Sky.
Wow. Jordan Grace, Bianca Belair, Roxanne Perez, and Charlotte.
I have Becky Lynch, Jordan Grace, Charlotte Flair, Roxanne Perez.
Oh. Look at us.
Mm-hmm.
Final two, I have the old buddies, Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch.
Ooh, no. No, sorry about that. That won't happen.
It will happen.
Nope. What's going to happen is Roxanne Perez. It'll be So, BJ, say yours, sorry.
My final two are Charlotte and Jordan Grace.
Okay. My final two are Becky Lynch and Roxanne Perez.
I have Charlotte winning.
I also have Charlotte winning.
I have Becky winning.
I would prefer that.
Well, I'll tell you what should happen, and if I was booking, this is what would happen, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay,
What
easy.
should
Okay,
happen-
here we go.
What
Fucking
should happen-
confident ass motherfucker. Even
What
like,
should
my
happen
opinion is
without-
correct.
What should happen without question is Jordan Grace should come in her first ever official match as a member of the WWE roster and win the Royal Rumble, because you immediately have a top star on your hands.
Well, listen. If you're gonna give it to Becky Lynch, because you got to put that top star in that main event of night one, of course you got to do that. So, because you'd have Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley again, right there, but do it right this time. The idea would be for me is Jordan Grace and Flair kind of do a throw each other over the top rope kind of deal, and then you're building Jordan Grace and Charlotte Flair as your WrestleMania match.
I just think Charlotte and
I'm sorry, did I
is
not
so,
make a great
like,
match,
fucking
dude? Roxanne
glaringly
Perez
obvious.
gets this huge rub. I'm sorry, like your world confuses me. It's so good.
I think Charlotte and Tiffany is such an obvious thing that they're just gonna do it, and Charlotte's gonna win the Rumble.
I agree.
I forgot to mention it. Do we think AJ Lee got any shot this time? We keep thinking maybe.
No, I don't.
No? Gotta happen one day.
Nah.
Whatever.
It will.
What do you say? Whatever.
Yeah.
Sassy little bitch. What the fuck's your problem, dude? What the fuck is that?
It's only
Whatever, dude. It's girls. Who cares
Doesn't
about
George.
girls? That was a real Dave Meltzer moment for you, bud. I don't care about fucking girls. Ugh. Gross.
I'm excited. I think that both Rumbles, you have multiple people that could realistically win. I don't think there's either one of them where like this. Many years there's like this is definitively what's gonna happen. This person's gonna win.
I feel pretty strongly it's going to be Roman Reigns. I don't really have a question for me on that. The women's side
is on the cover of 2K25.
Roman Reigns is definitely winning. So I'm sorry to you guys for that. Just like
I
Roman Reigns and
Roman Reigns winning because I don't think he's having a world title match.
Roman Reigns and the Philadelphia Eagles are winning. Okay.
Well.
Okay, you guys just deal with it. And then, but in the women's one,
Philly are linked.
Ever notice your dog slowing down and having health issues and wonder, what can I do to make them better? Well, my friend, add rough greens to your dog's food for 90 days and I guarantee you'll see changes that will amaze you. Greetings. Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, inventor of Rough Greens here, and I invite you to give your pup the Rough Greens 90-day challenge. In the first 30 days, you'll see shinier coats and increased energy. By day 60, your dog will have a stronger immune system, less shedding, improved joint function, all due to the live nutrients that you've added to their diet. And at 90 days, better digestion, reduced inflammation, improved heart health, and you may even have reduced their cancer risk. Fetch your dog a free Jumpstart trial bag today. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code 90day. That's ruffgreens.com, use promo code 90day. You just cover the shipping. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. We'll talk about that. But yeah, Becky Lynch, I feel much less certain on that one. Yeah. I'm much more excited in the idea of I'm much more excited about the ending to the women's match than the men's match. So
I'm excited for it all. It is interesting though that
I know,
Charlotte and Becky of our picks are, and Cena and Roman Reigns, that they're or well, CM Punk never won, but like they're multiple time winners if they win this year.
Yeah.
But
you put your top guys over, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the Rumble because I thought last year's were good, and the year before that. I thought they did good.
Okay. Thanks for taking a fucking stand. The Rumbles are fun.
Shane
yeah, no shit.
Ruined the Rumble that one year. They've been good.
Yeah.
God, I cannot wait. I cannot wait until we get him in AEW. My God.
They better have Jamie Noble running these Rumbles this year. That's when it was the golden age.
If I don't get Kane in slacks with Big Show.
Dude, just like the last couple weeks, I'll just have on like random Rumble matches in the background while I'm working. Today, fucking came on the one where Roman Reigns won, and it got down to the final two was Corporate Kane and slacks and Big Show, and they eliminated like everybody's favorite wrestlers, and like they just like gently put them over the top rope like sack of potatoes. Bray Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, just one after another. Daniel Bryan already got eliminated earlier in the Rumble. Fans are so fucking pissed.
Oh dude, that's when they were really starting to lose us. We were like, dude, this was that. I remember the review of that being like, oh, that was bad, right?
I thought the Rock coming out would save it and made it worse.
Yeah. His face, I will never forget. That's Philadelphia, baby, because he fucking looked around like, holy shit, this isn't working. He was so mad, dude.
It's insane that Vince thought it was a good idea. Like, let's have Kane and slacks and Big Show just gently toss all the.
Well, he thought he was using the two biggest guys to take all the heat, not realizing it was going to fall right on Roman Reigns.
That only works if they really want Roman Reigns to win.
Yeah. They did a whoopsies.
If they did all that, but it was Daniel Bryan at the end, then it would have worked.
Oh, it would have been. Everything happens for a reason. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens ladder match. Who you got? How's it shake out, Mike? They're both the both titles are up there.
Yes, I love the both titles every time. Like so Shawn Michaels Razor, Shawn's like, I'm the real champ. He's like, no, the fuck you aren't. All right, we'll put both titles up there.
I love this Kevin Owens storyline. He's been incredible.
He has been incredible. Cody Rhodes has been mid at best.
He was really good in the closing segment of Raw. I'll say that. But I think Cody obviously wins here. As much as it would be cool to see Kevin Owens win, I think Randy Orton gets involved because Kevin Owens took him out, and I think this is how you kind of build towards Randy versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, which, I mean, that's a great undercard match with no need for a title, so I'm fine with that.
I agree with all that. I think it's going to be a fucking awesome match.
Yeah, I agree.
Kevin Owens puts on bangers. Also, can I just say...
Kevin Owens is like the all-time fucking title match at the Royal Rumble guy.
Yeah.
He's faced Roman multiple times for a title. He had like that no holds barred match against Dean Ambrose at the Royal Rumble before.
Yeah, that's true. I love that match.
That was a great match.
And then they both came in to the Rumble and they're like limping around and shit.
Yep. I will say this: the
Kevin Owens shirts.
I was gonna say hat tip to his shirts because this is like all he needs just is I broke Cody's arm one.
The son of a Canadian whatever.
Yeah, like IT specialist.
Yeah. Whatever shirt he had was hilarious.
Yep. So good. Cody sucks eggs. I thought of Aaron Long. Yeah.
I thought of Terry Funk.
Well, I also thought of Aaron Long, but in addition to Mr. Funk. DIY versus Motion Machine Guns. Machine Guns. Hey guys, who are you in Motion Machine Guns?
I love that they put this on the Rumble card.
I was surprised that they put this on the Rumble.
Yeah, I mean it's good. Get the fucking tag.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, the match is gonna be a fucking banger. Whose knees give out first?
Oh, hopefully no one.
There's 8 knees.
These are all fine.
Listen. Yeah. For now.
Was wonky before.
Yeah, dude, they're all. Listen, each one of them has had knee constructive surgeries. So DIY. So my thought is, My thought is it's like a oh boy. It's like an Iron Man match, but it's whose knees last the longest. Like you have to knock out 3 knees or 4 knees to win.
Damn, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? Too long, didn't read. Who you got, Mike?
I'm going DIY because I think that, they just recently won the title. Also, I think it's going to be somewhat heavy on, like, faces winning here. I got Punk winning. I got Cody Rhodes winning. Charlotte, we don't really know if she's a heel or face yet, though, but.
Neither Punk nor Charlotte's a face. Come on.
Punk's definitely a face.
He is not a
Everybody
face.
cheers him.
He is a coward. He's a snake in waiting. MJF was right the whole time. He's a fucking wolf in sheep's clothing.
It was insane watching that fucking closing segment of Raw. The 2 huge stars that Tony Khan fumbled because he was in the weeds.
Listen, if he was in the weeds, he'd be a lot more chill about all this. Like he needs to get a little more into the weeds, if I'm honest. Okay, is that it? You had nothing else, BJ?
I said it's a DIY.
How many? You didn't mention how many falls.
3.
It goes 3.
But how? What's the order?
Always.
Well, I know. What's the order?
DIY gets the first, Motor City Machine Guns gets the second, DIY gets the third.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. A very obvious booking.
That's how it is. If the heel team wins, it has to be that. If the babyface team wins, the heel will get the first, and the babyface get the next 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip it. I'm going to say DIY wins the first pinfall, and then Motor City Machine Guns win the next 2.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It's wild. You going to make a pick or what?
He did. We all made our picks.
Literally, I'm just not even paying attention.
I do think it's a possibility that there's one match added. The only thing that's getting built that I think would be ready for Rumble would be Chelsea Green and Mitchin.
It's bitching to be Mitchin.
U.S. title match.
Nah, don't do it.
Chelsea Green would just win if that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. 4 is perfectly fine. It's still going to be like a 4-hour pay-per-view.
Let's go.
I think it'll be 3.5.
I would love that.
I think the Rumble's both. No, you're gonna.
Rumbles are both an hour, and then I don't think the other 2 matches are gonna
like an hour. Plus, they have all these fucking ads.
Are they gonna unveil the WrestleMania logo and stuff?
Yeah, they definitely will. So
the sign, so we can point at it and be like, "What the fuck? Look at the things. What's that thing over there?" I mean, that's what
I didn't see that.
He just climbs over the turnbuckle. He's like, "Whoa! Why'd you put that there?" I wasn't there before. That's why the first one pointed to it. Everybody thought it was like symbolic, but it was actually just like fucking Big John Studd was just surprised they hung a banner so close to him, and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" It's actually what happened. Let's go over to AEW where it's better.
Oh.
Where it's better. Mike?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to look you in the eyes, and I'm going to say this from the bottom of my heart. I know you don't like AEW, and that's fine. That's your decision, okay?
What is this voice that you're doing?
It's weird.
Tell me the truth about Timeless Toni Storm and her
I really like the angle that they did. 100%. I like that it was like her playing a character of her former self. That was cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's all? You can't give it any more than that.
What else do you want me to say? You want me to start fucking creaming my pants? I mean,
I want you to tell the truth and be like, this is the best story in women's wrestling.
Best story in women's wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah. For now.
Say it with your chest. It's been for like a year, dude. This is the bloodline of women's wrestling. She is the Roman Reigns.
The bloodline has been going for like 5 years.
She just started. She's a year and a half or whatever.
Okay, we'll see if she.
I'm telling you right now. Mike.
Talk about all the
Roman
other
Reigns.
Stuff.
Okay. Let's talk about Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega teaming up, literally being. What did you call Triple H and Stone Cold?
Two-man power trip?
This is the 2-man power trip of AEW. Eventually they will implode, and we will get Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. And by the way, what AEW had been missing for all these months was Kenny Omega, because I fucking love this dude. I'm so happy he's back. You give me the Young Bucks back on a regular basis again, and my God.
Don't need that.
Come on. That's what AEW's about. A little more Jericho would be nice, too.
What happened with this Grand Slam show, Don?
What about it? It had to. They didn't realize
it was originally in a 50,000 seat venue.
Well, I think it's a lot of.
It was supposed to be a pay-per-view. Then they made it like a regular show. They're doing it on the same night as All-Star Saturday Night and saying it's going to be on the same channel. So like, what's going on there?
Oh, listen. How they handle stuff like that has left a lot to be desired. To be very honest with you, but as someone who really doesn't concern myself with dirt sheets. I kind of just watch the show and I get excited for the matches like an adult does. So yeah, I'm having a great time with it.
Supposed to be?
I mean, like you care about you're like one of those guys who's on like a message board all the time reading shit and like social media and try to find where you get your next opinion from instead of formulating one for yourself.
That's you to a T, and you know
that's not true. I'm never on
ask for opinions for your articles every day.
No, I ask for insight from two people who are wise to the business.
Mm-hmm.
Ever notice your dog slowing down and having health issues and wonder, what can I do to make them better? Well, my friend, add Rough Greens to your dog's food for 90 days and I guarantee you'll see changes that will amaze you. Greetings. Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, inventor of Rough Greens here, and I invite you to give your pup the Rough Greens 90-Day Challenge. In the first 30 days, you'll see shinier coats and increased energy. By day 60, your dog will have a stronger immune system, less shedding, improved joint function, all due to the live nutrients that you've added to their diet. And at 90 days, better digestion, reduced inflammation, improved heart health, and you may even have reduced their cancer risk. Fetch your dog a free Jumpstart trial bag today. Go to roughgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. That's ruffgreens.com. Use promo code 90day. You just cover the shipping. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens.
We are wise.
I knew I'd get him with the little fucking blow smoke up his ass.
Yeah, doesn't bother me.
You're like, you know what? Something about what he just said though makes me think a little different. Did you say money was involved? I will believe anything for $1. But yes, I really do mean this. AEW, to me, is seemingly turning a corner. It is Kenny Omega being back. We are seeing better follow through on a week-to-week basis over the last 2 months or so. And like I said, I enjoy the show a lot. So my problem is it's a lot of oversaturation from everybody. Everybody's got a bunch of shows. Everybody's got a million things I gotta watch, pay attention to, and it's just, it can be daunting. I got a lot of shit in my life to do.
Paying attention ain't your strong suit either. So.
What? Patreon poll results. But yes, AEW much better than WWE.
Well, for those that don't know, every month, patreon.com/ringrustradio, we put a poll for our supporters to vote on, leave comments. This month's poll was, who will win the men's and women's Royal Rumbles? So, who do you guys think our Patreon supporters voted for who will win the women's WWE Royal Rumble?
Becky Lynch.
Well, Charlotte was number one, 47% of the votes, and Becky and Rhea Ripley were tied. This was put up before she won.
Oh, okay.
The championship.
Title? Okay. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Well, every first of the month, guys.
You know what? Maybe she'll still win.
Hey, she wants to be in, right?
She's going to win the men's.
Chris Vitorino says, Io Sky. Jason Silva says, Charlotte doesn't need to win the Rumble to get main event match in Mania. My choice is Becky, who challenges Rhea.
Why does Becky need to win?
Shut your fucking mouth.
They're the same boat.
Shut your fucking mouth.
DJ McConnell said, I think Charlotte wins and faces Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Yep says Lyra just as a shock winner. Again, this was before she won the championship. Clint Williams says, if they do the first repeat, it's guaranteed to be Charlotte. She gets gifted everything else.
Oh!
She earns everything.
Who said that? Is that Andrew Sampson?
Clint Williams.
Okay, because Andrew Sampson. I haven't heard Andrew Sampson yell about Charlotte Flair in a long time. Been missing it.
And then Ben, says, I think Io Sky is going to be the winner this year, but I see the match at Mania being a triple threat with Becky and Rhea for the world title.
Wow.
That would be a fun
match.
Yeah, that'd be a banger.
I really would love if
Io
won.
Awesome.
I don't think
that'd be
it's
so much fun. Yeah. Who will win the men's Royal Rumble? Who do you guys think our Patreon supporters voted?
CM Punk.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns was in third. CM Punk was in first with 53% of the votes, and other, leave a comment below, was 24% of the votes in second. Jim Silva says Punk wins and finally finishes the story as a Mania main event.
Oh my God. Hold on real quick. I can't tell you how much more I now dislike CM Punk because you associated him with finish the story. I almost fucking threw up. You fucking just don't say that.
You should like CM Punk because he does shit that you like think you do all the time, like fucking have confrontations and want to punch people.
No, the problem is I don't do that shit at work.
Well, because you fucking work in your own home.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen.
If somebody came into your house who's a coworker and started saying something, you would punch them or threaten to.
I wouldn't be happy. I know that.
There we go. Mm-hmm. So you fucking love CM Punk.
No, CM Punk's a troublemaker and a traitor.
Troublemaker? Who is he? Woody Woodpecker?
He's what's his first name? Phil the Menace. Couldn't think of his first name. I was like, what does the C stand for? It's like, fuck.
Charlie.
Charlie Murphy Punk, baby.
Gerald Berry says, feels like a Punk win via Rollins last eliminated with storylines involving Rock Cena, Roman Drew during the match. DJ McConnell says, the men's match feels wide open with so many possible winners. This doesn't pick one. All right.
He did.
He picked other.
Yeah.
Right. Clint Williams says, I went with Punk for legacy reasons. He deserves to win one before he hangs it up. I agree.
Hopefully soon that happens.
Ben says, well, again, this is 4 weeks ago. I think Gunther loses the world title at the Rumble, then absolutely decks someone during their entrance to the ring to take their place in the actual Rumble, to then win it and go against Cody at Mania for the WWE title. I don't think that was going to happen regardless, Ben. And Colin says, Mr. Hustle, loyalty, and respect.
There you go. John Cena, baby. Yeah, well, thanks so much, dude, for selling it down for us, dude.
I didn't know.
Holy, thank you. Go ahead. What else?
Patreon shout-outs, Donnie.
Oh, okay. Real quick, I want to mention here, Everson Godfrey had helped out a lot with our channel. Spencer, Mongo, the people who helped out with the YouTube channel. I always want to thank those people, too. Because, like I said, if we're now able to continue that for another year because of people coming on. So if you want to help support us, that'd be a great way to do so. Please, in addition to being a Patreon shout out, you could donate to our Patreon page for the YouTube stuff too. So please just, help us out any way we can. We're hemorrhaging money at this point. We really are. Mike, you're laughing because I know I'm very serious, and it's not good right now. Like it's not, please, we need money. So if you're ever thinking about being as part of the show, we'll give you stuff for your money. You know what I mean? We'll do shit for it.
Donate to charity. Why don't you redirect that?
Yeah, seriously. Like, listen, in a time of need, you always like, hey, the fucking people who have tragedies and shit like that, dude, well, this show's become a tragedy. This is our tragedy. But thank you to people like George Cruz, Vince Emerson, Reggie Gill, who's a real piece of shit lately. Andrew Skeens, he didn't respond to me on Christmas. And then when I confronted him about it, he fucking, played it off. He's like, I ain't texting you back. Like, that's mean as shit,
You treat him
dude.
like shit all the time.
But he knows it's a joke, dude. If I wanted to beat him up, I would have done it at WrestleMania when he's proved to me he was scared. But thank you for your money. Andrew Skeens, George Sparrows, another guy. Andrew Skeens needs to work on his golf game. I've watched it. It's loose. George Sparrows, hope you're not sick any longer. Jim Del Chapo. Stop letting your kids listen to the show. Alex Pandolfi, very nice man. Showing up to fucking stuff again. Look at this guy, huh?
It's crazy.
Colin. Not giving last names. Okay, fine. Dante Jagerbombs. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. And another guy who fucking does the video games with us all the time and has a great time with us. Kevin, the Real Deal Creel. Momo. Vic and K. Don Balagian. He's been here forever. Vince Demore and Alexander Contreras. So thank you to all them. But if I didn't mention your name and you're sitting in here,
it's time to look in the mirror.
It's time to, honestly, think about your fucking life. Because how much time have I given you? How much of this heart have I left on the dance floor for you? You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Every week. All right, BJ?
That was inspirational.
Give us your fucking money.
Yeah, sign up patreon.com/ringrustradio to give us your money and hear the ad-free version of our podcast. You get early access to upcoming retros such as the WWE Royal Rumble 2000. We're also going to do some WrestleMania lists. And most
What was
important,
that?
WrestleMania lists.
No, you lisped straight through that. You did.
I don't think I did.
You like WrestleMania lists?
I don't think I did that.
Yes, you did.
I don't think
Fucking
so.
check the tape when it comes out, dude.
I will definitely not do that. Most importantly, join us Tuesday, February 4th. It's in 2 weeks for our best DC versus Marvel character bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Dude, I'm honestly going to be such a downer. But the best part of with the downer episodes, when I'm down on the subject matter, everyone seems to unify together, rally together to bring me down further. Like, they're like, you shut up, you fucking fat loser, and you're like, hey, hold on a minute. It is fun. It's a wild time, but yeah. It happened with the console bracket, same thing. So that's really fun. But yeah, please tune in. Please come sign on, and you can verbally abuse me. I'm down for it. I have safe words like nanners.
Strangeness in the latest report. You gotta call Dirt Sheet Buster. Egregious lies anonymously sourced. You gotta call Dirt Sheet Buster. Scoop, 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 scoop. No lies, no retraction. Scoop, 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 scoop. Per a source that's interesting to know.
Alright guys, it's time for the best segment of the week. It's Dirt Sheet Busters. That's right, it's the time when Donald Wood acts like a little bitch, takes his ball, and goes home, and Mike Chiari and Brandon Galvin stay, and we do our jobs, because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. We bust some dirt, because it needs to be done, especially around WrestleMania season, which, Royal Rumble coming up, it is like carte blanche for the Dirt Sheets to lie.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been
They don't
doing
know shit.
Yeah, let me tell you, they've been lying.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start with Fightful Select. Saturday night's main event cut it close on time, per our eyes.
Seriously.
Do you believe
They
that?
were seconds away. I do believe that. I fucking watched it.
It turns out WWE Saturday night's main event was cutting it close behind the scenes. According to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, the show was initially looking like it would go overtime, but somehow managed to wrap up right at the top of the hour. On top of that, rehearsals were reportedly limited, adding even more chaos to the production. Watched the show, saw they ended the match like just in the nick of time, and went off the air as like Gunther was like celebrating his win.
Right.
So
clear as fucking day.
So I think we could all assume that they were cutting it close on time.
I was nervous for them.
Yeah.
I really didn't think they were gonna get it in.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice that they don't have to worry about that with Raw now, but and NBC ain't giving you an extra second, so.
Nope.
But they made it work, even amid all the chaos and everything else.
Limited rehearsals,
whatever that means. Like, that has nothing to do. They're not rehearsing every single fucking second of the show.
Yeah, so weird.
This next one's also from Sean Sapp. You know what I always say? It's better to be in the weeds than in the cook.
Okay, yeah.
I
absolutely agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Those that Fightful Select spoke to in AEW were very pumped with the execution and reaction to AEW Collision. It was also noted that Tony Khan has been more in the weeds creatively over the last couple of weeks.
How doesn't he run the whole thing?
Yeah,
how much more in the weeds can you get than you run it?
This is one of the most ridiculous things I think I've ever seen, because everything we've ever heard is Tony Khan is like the fucking czar of creative in AEW. It's like he's like
everything
Vince
is
McMahon.
So close to the chest. Like, what are you talking about?
Like every single little thing that happens, he has a hand in it. So it's so weird to me, because what this reads like to me, as an outsider, is Fightful Sean Sapp, who he'll never admit it, but very much favors AEW, no question about it.
Absolutely.
No question about it. It's him like, okay, there's a good show. I don't know if it really was a good show. I saw the stuff with Tony Storm, that looked good. I don't know what else happened, if that was good or not. But, well, let's just say it was a good show, for the sake of argument. Sees a good show, So, okay, this is an opportunity where I could be like, oh, this show is good because Tony Khan's been getting in them weeds creatively.
Hey.
It was not good before because Tony Khan, he wasn't in the weeds. He was somewhere above the weeds.
He's weed whacking.
He was weed whacking. He wasn't in them at all. Now he's in them, and now it's good again. Everything's going to be just fine. Don't worry about the fact that Grand Slam in Australia was supposed to be a pay-per-view, and that became a normal show, and it got moved from a 50,000-seat venue to a 13,000-seat venue, and they sold like a few thousand tickets, and they're scheduling it for the same fucking day as All-Star Saturday Night in the NBA, and it's supposed to be on the channel at the same time. Don't worry about any of that. It's going to be fine.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's very crazy. They miscalculated that one, I will say.
Yeah, I do love me some NBA All-Star Saturday Night.
Me too. I will certainly watch that rather than fucking AEW Grand Slam in Australia for some reason. Yeah, so Tony Khan, he's in the weeds. Everything's going to be fine, even though he's been the main creative force.
That's just wild.
Yeah. So next one's also from Fightful Select. AEW made changes to the MJF-Jeff Jarrett feud. Hope you don't want to know what they are.
One of the most bizarre feuds in wrestling in recent memory, by the way.
How badly has MJF's return been handled?
Yeah, the past year, yeah.
They didn't really get to do the whole free agent storyline because everybody fucking knew that MJF re-signed.
Mm-hmm.
But then he comes back and he has the shitty tattoo.
Yeah.
Which made no sense, and he's like being a baby face, and then he turns heel after. It's like, okay, now we can get some momentum going, and it's just been, oof.
Not good.
Not good. And you're putting him with Jeff Jarrett, who, don't get me wrong.
I like Jeff Jarrett.
I like Jeff Jarrett, but not for your fucking top star.
Yeah, this is crazy.
According to Fightful Select, and I quote, a lot changed when it comes to MJF and Jeff Jarrett's storyline, though details on the adjustments remain unclear. What is known is that Jarrett called out Jon Moxley during Dynamite, only for Claudio Castagnoli to step in instead. This led to a match being booked for January 29th, where if Jarrett defeats Claudio, he earns a shot at Moxley's AEW World Championship. So, a lot changed. Details on the changes remain unclear. So how do you know a lot changed if there's no details?
Right. Can't even give me one thing that changed.
What changed? Would love to know.
Just give me one thing that changed. Come on.
Give me
a little nugget.
Anything. They got nothing. Why are you telling me this if you don't even know anything? Pathetic. Pathetic performance by Fightful this week.
Yeah, bad job. Even for dirt cheating, this was terrible.
Mm-hmm. This next one's from PW Insider. BG.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to play Guess That Morale! TNA Management Edition.
Very happy.
Very happy. Okay. TNA Wrestling pulled off something big on January 23rd, delivering its first live episode of TNA Impact in 8 years.
Whoa.
Before I go on, I watched most of this.
I didn't even know what was happening.
And I was shocked to know that it was their first live episode in 8 years, because they used to be live like most weeks. And it was pretty good. Not bad. It was pretty cool. Like, they had Fraser and Axiom against the Rascals. Really good match. Joe Hendry in the main event. It was pretty cool. Not bad.
Like, Joe Hendry's good. I mean, they had a successful pay-per-view. They had the NXT involvement. They announced the partnership renewal with WWE. So I'm going to say very happy. I'm going to stick to that.
Well, according to PW Insider, officials within the company were very happy with how the live broadcast played out.
I swear I did not look at this.
Feeling it went off without any major issues, the success of the event has sparked discussions about making live TNA Impact episodes a regular thing. The hope is to do them at least once a month going forward, but that's not locked in stone, the report stated. The classic saying, locked in stone. What is this, fucking Han Solo?
Thinking, like, what the hell?
Han Solo and Carbonite?
Hey.
I think it's... it's not locked in stone. I think it's set in stone.
It's written, right? Set in stone, written in stone.
Either way. Locked is what it is not. But glad to hear TNA is very happy. I mean, yeah, if I was fucking working with the top dog and things were going well, I'd be very happy.
Hell yeah. Good for them. Good for TNA. I can't believe TNA is still going, to be honest with you, Mike.
TNA is not only still going, like they had some bad times. It seemed like it was impossible for them to still be going, but they're still going, and they're like seemingly on the ascent.
Right.
Which is pretty amazing.
Persevering.
Yeah. This is from Wrestling Observer Newsletter. Meltz knows WWE's future WrestleMania plans better than WWE does.
Okay, I don't believe that. I don't think anyone knows what the fuck is happening at WrestleMania, so I don't think Meltz knows.
Well, I'm actually talking more about future WrestleMania plans in terms of where they're going to be held and when.
Oh, okay. I misinterpreted.
He certainly doesn't know that either, but, you know. Last June, WWE and Indiana Sports Corp struck a major deal to bring Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania to Indianapolis. The Royal Rumble is locked in for February 1st, 2025 at Lucas Oil Stadium, and the city will also host a 2-night SummerSlam and a future WrestleMania. Wow. However, the timeline for WrestleMania just got a reality check. According to Dave Meltzer and the latest Wrestling Observer Newsletter.
What the fuck? Why reality?
Rumors of WrestleMania 2027 in Indianapolis are flat out false. Here's a quote from Meltz. There's a WrestleMania date coming to Indianapolis, but it's many years from now. I believe in the early 2030s.
What? No way.
So, okay. We could this year's WrestleMania is in Vegas. Next year, strongly rumored it's going to be New Orleans. And then after that, we have no idea. After that, I would say WWE has maybe an idea of what they would like it to be or where they would like it to be, but WWE is nowhere near deciding, like, 2028, this is where it is, 2029, this is where it is, 2030, so on. So how in fucking world could Meltz know that it's going to be in Indianapolis in the early 2030s? When WWE doesn't even have that figured out.
Yeah. I mean, they typically follow the Super Bowl.
Right.
Right? So the next two, well, not next year, but like in 2027, it's in California at SoFi. And then in 2028, it's in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. So it's definitely feasible that they just follow them there.
But I also don't know that there's a good chance of the Super Bowl being in Indianapolis anytime soon or at all.
So Wiki doesn't have anything beyond 2028. So I guess we don't know where it's going to be in 2029.
So, I mean, they had it...
But even then, they don't have to follow the Super Bowl. They don't have plans beyond 2026.
I just find it hard to believe that they would do the whole announcement.
Why would they do the announcement if it's not that?
Right. So they did the announcement. They're going to have the Royal Rumble here, and then SummerSlam is, I would assume, in the next 2 years, because this coming one is in New York, New Jersey, right?
And then 2026 is in Minnesota, right? That's the first 2-night.
Right. So then 2027 probably would be Indy for SummerSlam, and then you're telling me it's not going to be for another 3 to 6 years that they're going to do the WrestleMania in Indy? That's very hard for me to believe. And again, even if somehow that were to be the case, he has no clue about that.
Yeah.
Because, again...
It would be weird to do a deal in 2025 for a deal in 2030s because you don't know what the market's going to be.
Right.
Like, they could be exponentially more profitable if they waited to do a deal, considering their ascent over the past couple of years and the deals that they've been making. So I agree with you. It would definitely be weird to go into the 2030s.
This is one that I'm going to try to keep in my mind for a while, and hopefully when they announce Indianapolis as the host city in 2028, I'll have it ready to come back.
We'll see if we're still doing the show.
Good point. If not, I'll text you.
Yeah.
The report. Are you ready for the coup de grace?
Double stop me.
It's from Wrestling Observer Radio, of course. BG, you know what I always say? Hulk Hogan, he's a lot like Transformers.
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. I like Beast Wars. And the Transformers movies. Mm-hmm.
Something doesn't add up when it comes to Hulk Hogan's last-minute absence from WWE Saturday Night's main event. At least that's what Dave Meltzer is saying. While initial reports claimed Hogan missed the show for his son Nick's wedding, Meltzer isn't fully buying it. He was 100% at his son's wedding, by the way. I mean, pictures are out there. I don't know what's to buy or not to buy. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, he hinted that there's more to the story than what's being told. Here's the quote. I don't know what the deal is with the Hogan thing. I mean, yeah, There's more to the Hogan thing than meets the eye.
Is there?
Get it?
Oh, Donna, more than these. Yep.
I'm just not sure exactly yet what it is. And, I mean, I'm not saying that because it's suspicious. I'm saying that because I was absolutely told that. There's more than meets the eye. That's the exact wording I was told.
That's a great
Hulk
reference.
Hogan,
Mike.
more than meets the eye.
I don't think there is more than meets the eye.
No,
Hulk
me
Hogan.
neither.
I think there's less.
You see a very racist man, that's what it is.
Sheesh. Whether or not he has his son's wedding, I think they heard loud and clear on Raw
for sure.
that people don't want him there.
Yeah, I think...
So why even put him out there again?
I think that at that point, like, if they had any future plans, they were probably like,
maybe we scale back.
Yeah, let's cool it for a while. But yeah, I love that report, not only because of the Transformers tie-in, but just because, like, more than meets the eye and then literally doesn't tell us anything.
Yeah, what the hell? It's very annoying. There's a lot of things changed with MJF. Jeff Jarrett, not going to tell you anything. More than meets the eye, not going to tell you anything. Mm-hmm. Tell me something.
Anything that makes me believe that you even slightly have an idea what's going on here.
Right.
But don't think they do. BG, how do you think we did? Ooh, wow. See you at Royal Rumble, Rock. All right, BG, it is time for emails. That's right. Donald, you know what? Actually, first, I almost forgot. It's not emails yet. It's fantasy standings.
There we go.
Oh my goodness. It's the first fantasy standings of season 39, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Donald Wood not here because he's a fucking loser, but we're going to let you know how it's going.
Sorry, I'm not complaining that he's not here.
Yeah, I love it. I'm so happy. WWE Fantasy Season 39, we had our draft recently. This is the first update since then. In last place, 14th with -20, it's Everson Godfrey. Great guy, but not a great fantasy team so far.
That's a bad score.
Yeah. And 13th with -15, BG.
Oh, what the fuck?
Sorry,
that's a really bad score, too.
Yeah. And 11th, a tie for with -5, Chris Jeter and Donald Wood.
Oh, man.
It's not good company that you're in, Donald Wood.
This is awful. This is like a triple R gaming session on Saturday night.
Tie for 9th with 0, Angel Mesa and Big Money Mike.
Wow.
Yep.
These are bad scores.
Stephanie Vicaire, like, I drafted her. She's supposed to be, like, winning all kinds of matches and like, becoming a champion. She lost her first match after I drafted her.
Damn. Oh, I did the same thing with Jacob Fatu.
Yep. In 8th with 5, Alex Pandolfi. He showed up, and he's got 5.
Wow. Good for him.
Yep. Three-way tie for 5th with 10, Daniel Hayden, Mongo, and George Cruz.
Wow.
George Cruz should have -20.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Soon enough. Three-way tie for 2nd with 15, Jim Del Chapo, Leon CK, and Skeener. Usually at the bottom of WWE Fantasy.
Lately, yeah.
But he's making a run. All right, good to see.
Good for him.
But I will say in first with 40, dominating the early going.
No. Holy
Reggie
shit.
Gill.
Wow, Reggie.
I believe he's going for a back-to-back.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's figured it out.
I've never come close to back-to-back wins.
I have, but it's been a rough couple seasons for me.
Yeah.
Been rough.
Man.
Yeah. All right, BG. That was fantasy standings. Now it's time for emails, guys.
Hell yeah. Something more fun.
Hell yeah. ringrustradio@yahoo.com. Send us an email. It could be about wrestling. It could be wrestling adjacent. It could be about not wrestling at all. If it's interesting and it's cool, we'll read it. If it's not interesting or cool and you go to Ring Rust Radio or patreon.com/ringrustradio and give us the email tier Patreon subscription every single month, we have to read your email no matter what. So it could be awful and we'll read it. But I will say I think everybody's emails that we get are pretty much great, including this one. It's from Derek Bateman, AJ Lee. Subject: Happy New Year. A little late, but okay. It's Patreon email, as I said, patreon.com/ringrustradio. What's up, fellas? I recently tuned into the very first Raw on Netflix. It'll be the first time I've watched an episode of the longest-running weekly episodic television show in history in years. And boy, oh boy, what an absolute slog that was to get through.
Wow.
I will say, the first episode on Netflix wasn't great because it was a longer episode, and it felt to me like they were kind of catering to more like casual audience in a way. I think that if Derek were to watch like the more recent Raws, they've certainly been a lot better than that first Raw was.
A little tighter.
Yeah. I turned it off like 50 minutes in and started watching music videos instead. Les Imperatrices Live set, if you're wondering. I don't know who that is, but that sounds like a Derek Lee band to me. I guess this is it. I don't think I'm a fan of wrestling anymore. However, you'll still have my support because I love the pod. Thank you, Derek.
Thank you, Derek.
Anyways, since I turned off wrestling to watch YouTube, I wanted to ask, who are your some content creators on YouTube you're a fan of? It could be wrestling related, but what else are you consuming? Some of my faves in no particular order. Anders Ericsson, Cocktails. Run Good Life, sports cards. That's Good Sports. Foolish Baseball. Colors, highlights up-and-coming artists. The Ariel Helwani Show for MMA. What are you watching? Thank you, guys. Hope you had a nice holiday break. Welcome back, and Happy New Year. Speak with y'all soon. Best regards, Derek H. Lee. Good
Happy New Year.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, it's too late for that. January 1st is the cutoff for me.
I would say, like, January 3rd is okay. What do you got? You got any YouTube channels you fancy?
Most of what I watch on YouTube are about gaming. So, like, Kind of Funny, Easy Allies, Min-Max, IGN Game Scoop. For music, I subscribe to, like, some artists I like, but Harry Mack is a freestyler. Absolutely unbelievable talent.
Better than John Cena?
Yes.
Wow.
I wish Donnie could be as entertaining as Harry Mack.
I wish he could be entertaining as anybody who's somewhat
That's
entertaining.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. I got a little bit of like an eclectic group of things that I watch. Major WF Pod, that's Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder, Brian Myers, Kurt Hawkins, their wrestling figure podcast. I used to be so much into wrestling podcasts, listening to so many wrestling podcasts. This is the only one I listen to anymore. Actually, I watch it on YouTube because they have it on YouTube, but keeps up to date, the latest wrestling figure news. Pretty entertaining.
That's fun. Did you know that Evil Uno and Adam Cole, they do like an AEW gaming podcast, basically? It's them. It's not like just AEW stuff. It's them just talking about like any games that they're playing and upcoming stuff and news. So I listen to that sometimes too. Okay. But as far as like getting that wrestling connection, like they have one.
Gotcha.
And Up Up Down Down.
Yeah, I haven't watched Up Up Down Down in a while, but sometimes they'll just pop up on my feed if it's something interesting. I'll watch it. So I also like channels where they go to like garage sales and stuff like that and see what they buy, estate sales and that type of thing. There's one called Froggy Flips that's really good. He goes to garage sales, but he also goes to a lot of toy shows. So he's buying like 80s and 90s toys and stuff, which is very cool to see.
That's cool.
Ready Set Resell is another one like that. They go to garage sales. Sega Lord X. That's like one of the only gaming channels I really watch, but it's basically just him doing like retrospectives of like Sega and other consoles from our childhood, like specific games, or he does lists and stuff like that, which is just kind of fun to watch. And then the Fantasy Footballers podcast during the football season. Very, very good, entertaining show. It kind of reminds me, in a way, of like Ring Rust Radio, but it's fantasy football with less vulgarity. But, you know, they have three hosts who have pretty good chemistry, and you also are getting all the stats and the information that you need to get. So
that's fun.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. Good email, Derek. Thanks, man.
Good email. Thank you. I was just looking up Sega Lord X. They have some retrospectives on Genesis and Nintendo 64. I might check that out.
A lot of good stuff.
So next email comes from Tyler, Cutting and Strutting Sutton.
Oh, yeah.
Subject is still real to me, damn it. It's Patreon. You'll go to patreon.com/ringersradio. Donate to email to your heart. Guarantee you get at least one email run the show each month. Hey, boys. Watching Raw the other night, it dawned on me that every single match these days ends in a finisher, and sometimes multiple finishers, whereas that has not always been the case in the past. The Triple R Facebook group was chatting about this, so I'm bringing it to you guys. Would you like to see today's version of non-finisher moves like DDT, Superplex, Tilt-A-Whirl, Backbreaker, Spine Buster, Missile Dropkick, etc., and matches? Maybe not on a PLE, but on a weekly show. Or do you think we're too far past that and all matches at this point need to end on a wrestler's finisher? Ring Rust! From Tyler, Cutting and Strutting Son. Tyler, I'm glad you brought this up, something I've been talking about for how long have we been doing this podcast? Since 2011? Since 2011.
We've absolutely been talking about this for years upon
years.
Years.
It's very important when non-finishing moves win matches. Matches are way too predictable for the past 2 decades because a signature move and non-finishers pretty much never win the match, and it fucking pisses me off. Mm-hmm. I popped, literally, Mike, when Sami Zayn won with the Blue Thunder Bomb because I texted you.
That was like a week ago at this point, I think.
Because it's something I've said on the podcast for years, that he should win a match every now and then with that move, because otherwise there's no reason to get invested in any near fall, especially when it comes to those signature moves, because it never wins with it. Like when Seth Rollins does the fucking superplex into a Falcon Arrow.
Sick move, by the way. It should absolutely win matches sometimes.
It's so dumb. A superplex in itself should win some fucking matches. Like, and then yes, a DDT where you were planting someone's head directly into the mat should win matches. You shouldn't be doing jumping tombstone pile drivers onto steel steps, busting people open, and getting a 2 count.
Right.
Okay? They need to scale back. This is how you bring wrestling back to where you don't have to do all these most insane moves, where you have moves that mean something.
Yeah. And it's funny because, like, we've discussed many times the Blue Thunder Bomb in particular, because like it's always like this great like 2 count spot, but you always know it's not going to get the 3. Like, it's a great move. It should get the 3 once in a while, and then the announcers made it like a huge point to point out that he won with it a week or 2 ago, because it never happens. Mm-hmm. And the beauty, like, if you start doing that, and I understand, and I agree with what Tyler's saying here, for the most part, I don't think you want that move to win on like a pay-per-view, but
it's circumstantial though. It's a move.
But if you're
any move should be able to win a match.
If you're winning with it on TV with some level of regularity, that almost becomes like another finishing move. Like, I kind of think of it like The Undertaker.
Yep.
The Undertaker had the Tombstone. He had the Choke Slam. He had the Last Ride. He had Hell's Gate. He had like a ton of quote-unquote finishing moves, because in like a regular match he could beat you with any number of these moves, and then you go into a big match and you believe that there's at least a chance that he's going to beat somebody with it. 100% believe that you should, use some of these other moves as a semi-finishing move that wins matches on a Raw or SmackDown or whatever, and then you're at least going to have the belief in your mind that it could win a match on a pay-per-view. Even if most of the time it's not going to, at least there's a little thing in your mind, like you said, with like a superplex. Superplex used to be one of the most fucking devastating moves.
Yep.
Then, like, they would do it, and the announcers would act shocked when somebody didn't get pinned. But it's like, it's not shocking at all, because it never happens. So make it happen in normal matches, and then when it does happen on a PLE, it's going to be a huge fucking thing if somebody kicks out of it. And then I'd also like to see more, like, even if it's not, like, moves, like creative stuff, like, if it's not a finisher at this point, mostly it's like a regular ass schoolboy or whatever they're winning with.
Yeah.
Like, do some of this, like, Bret Hart matches used to always have this, like, WrestleMania 10 against Owen, where they were in the corner and Owen kind of like reverses the momentum into like a cool looking roll up, or like SummerSlam 92, Bret and British Bulldog, where Bulldog kind of like goes down on his knees and traps Bret and pins him that way. That. Or there was like an in your house match between Bret and Bulldog before, where Bret went with like a Magistral cradle or whatever. Like, do more of that kind of stuff too, where you can just win out of nowhere.
I always like that.
Yeah, we need more of that. I 100% agree with the sentiment.
Yep. Hopefully they do it.
Yep.
Because it's very important, and Triple H is an old school guy, so hopefully they start to phase that out.
Right. I agree. Last email. It's from Kenny Andre the Johnson. Subject: Make someone a world champion, part 1.
Oh, part 1.
Hey boys, Happy New Year. It's back.
Happy New Year.
If I had an email get sent every time I thought about actually putting one together, I'd probably send one every week.
Well, you should.
Yeah, that would be great. Nonetheless, hopefully what I have for you guys will make up for it. I've made a 2-part email, both with tournaments that connect. I'll tell you how they connect in part 2 email.
Whoa, what a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Which hopefully won't take months to send. Yeah.
Yeah.
As for part 1, it's pretty simple. 16 names, all men, who never held a world title in WWE, officially for the case of one of them.
Oh.
$1 Million Man. You're building a universe where who you pick gets to have at least one world title reign. Seedings were randomized, and shout out to the Facebook group for help getting the names. Choose wisely, have fun, and ring rust!
Ring Rust?
From Kenny Andre the Johnson. Okay.
I feel like this is a good, part 2 really from like a previous email that we did recently.
Right. I think it was
about...
last week, right? Where we had something kind of similar, like who should have gotten pushed more.
Yeah. That was what it was.
Breaking out the coin, BG.
Oh, okay.
Just in
okay,
case.
I heard it.
All right. First matchup: Cesaro versus Ken Shamrock. What we are picking is who we would want to win the World Championship.
Yep. I'm on board, Mike, and this is, I think we had this discussion when we did that last email. I'm going Ken Shamrock.
Yep.
He was a legitimate badass from UFC, took to wrestling very well. I like Cesaro, he's good, but I thought Ken Shamrock really was a total pack. I didn't think he was as bad on promos as people made him out to be, and regardless, he was a legitimate fucking killer.
Yeah.
So I want Ken Shamrock.
I think both were great, obviously. Both could have certainly had world title reigns, but I 100% agree on Ken Shamrock. Cesaro, for the most part, he just never really got to that level. I mean, he's not getting that level in AEW either, so
Nope.
he just might not be that guy, and not everybody's that guy. Ken Shamrock, I think, partly because of the USC background and the fact that he was legitimately, one of the fucking baddest dudes in the world at one point, and like the type of character he had. I just think he certainly could have been world champion and probably should have at some point. So I'll go with him. Next matchup, Ryback versus Mr. Perfect. Do we need to say anything?
No, we don't.
Okay, Mr. Perfect. Next one, Jake the Snake Roberts and Owen Hart.
Oh, man. This one is really tough, Mike.
It's for me. It's like it's tough, but it's not for a certain reason.
I really like Jake the Snake because the Snake is so cool. It's one of the coolest names. But Owen Hart, like there were so many times he should have won, and he was one of the best in-ring wrestlers. And as you are well aware, the first match I ever saw was with Owen Hart, so I had to go with Owen Hart.
Jake could have been world champion and nobody would have batted an eye at it. It would have been fine. But he's one of those guys where it's like he has such a strong gimmick and character where he doesn't need to be world champion almost. Like, fucking being Jake the Snake's almost champion enough.
That's true.
Owen, great character and just great all-around performer also, but like I can pinpoint the time. Like with Jake the Snake, it's not like I pinpoint the time. Like he should have been world champion right here. Owen, it's like fucking after Diesel was after Brett lost the world championship to Bob Backlund in an I Quit match at Survivor Series, and then Diesel beat him a few days later at a house show for the title. That should have been Owen. It should not have been a Bob Backlund. There's no reason why Bob Backlund was that guy. Like Owen should have won, even if it would have only been a few-day reign. He could have said he was world champion because he fucking deserved it for the feud that he had with Brett and for the cage match at SummerSlam and WrestleMania 10 and everything else. So 100% to me, Owen Hart. Next one, Vader and Roddy Piper. This is also a pretty tough one.
It's interesting. Neither we're champion. You know what, Mike? Thinking you might need to break out the coin, but I am going with my boy meets world love here, and I'm going with Vader.
Okay. There was certainly an opportunity for Vader to win it pretty early on when he came into WWF and he was booked as a monster heel. We are going to need the coin, though, because I'm going to pick Roddy Piper. And
I figured as much.
The reason I'm going to do it is just because he was the top heel and, aside from Hogan, the top guy in WWF when they rose to prominence, the highest they'd ever been to that point. Rock and Wrestling Connection, 1984, 85, and a little bit beyond that. At the time, they weren't really doing heel champions aside from, transition to the next babyface. That was pretty much all they did. If Piper was who he is today in today's wrestling, he'd be a multi-time world champion. Definitely. So I think he deserved to at least have, even if it was just a transitional run. But we'll bring out the coin. BG, what do you got? Heads or tails?
Heads. Heads for Vader.
Heads for Vader.
He has a mask.
It is heads. Vader's moving on.
Congrats, Vader.
Hell yeah. Goldust and Shane McMahon.
Okay. I like both of them. I like both of them since the Attitude Era. Goldust, he had a couple runs where I thought he was awesome, especially in in 2013 when he came back. But Shane does all the death-defying moves, the jumps and everything, and I just think it would have been cool for Shane McMahon, being a McMahon, to win the championship and he could have done it as a babyface or a heel. So I understand why he never won the championship, but I think it would have been cool for him to win, especially after everything that he put his body on the line for. So I'm gonna go with Shane.
It's tough because I think you could have had some cool storylines if Shane was world champion, but I'm also gonna say to me, there was no reason he had no need for the world title just because, he's McMahon. Like, Vince had, like, a very brief world title run to play in his storyline.
Yeah.
Shane, I guess, could have had that too, but I'll say Goldust because he just had one of the most unique characters you could have ever seen. Like, I was watching in 95, he came in, later 95, and, like, I was, like, fucking mesmerized, but, what the fuck is this? I'd never seen anything like this in my life. I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
I think early on in his tenure, he won the IC title. I think you could have given him the WWF Championship and it would have been interesting. So, we're going to the coin. What do you got?
Go tails.
It's heads again.
Wow, okay.
Goldust. Now we got $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase and Ricky Steamboat.
I respect Ricky, but Ted DiBiase is one of the best characters of all time. Should have been champion. I understand he had his title, but he should have been the world champion.
100% agreed. Farouk and John Morrison. Farouk. I think Farouk as heel world champion, height of Nation of Domination could have been awesome.
Hell yeah.
Very tough matchup. Bam Bam Bigelow or Razor Ramon.
Bam Bam.
I love both. I would say Bam Bam just because, and really it's because like Razor, he had his time as a heel in WWF, but he ultimately became so popular that he was a babyface for like the last few years of his run. I think what you did with him was good though. Like he dominated the IC title. It's important to have that guy. Bam Bam, during a time when maybe you didn't like when Yokozuna had like a year-long title run. Bam Bam could have factored in there somewhere,
Yeah, that's true.
I'll go with Bam Bam.
Mm-hmm.
All right, second round we got Ken Shamrock versus Mr. Perfect.
This is tough, Mike, because Mr. Perfect was, for the most part, before I really got into wrestling. So a lot of my Mr. Perfect memories are just watching back, like the classic matches that he had.
Yeah.
Not really like the week-to-week things. And obviously you see the vignettes. And it's an amazing character. Ken Shamrock is when I'm like really getting into wrestling during that Attitude Era. And that was that short run, but I knew him from UFC. I just think Mr. Perfect is it's one of the coolest gimmicks and one of the best names for a wrestler. I'm going Mr. Perfect.
Okay. I thought you were going to go Shamrock. I thought we were going to have to break out the coin, but we will not have to break out the coin. This is tough because these are honestly two of the biggest should have been world champion guys in WWF. Again, Mr. Perfect, really, most of the guys from like the 80s and early 90s are just a product of not having heel world champions. But if you were going to do it, Mr. Perfect should have been he's perfect. How could he not be world champion? All right, next matchup, Owen Hart and Vader.
Owen Hart.
I agree. As much as I like Vader, we discussed why Owen should have been world champion.
Yeah.
Goldust and Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase.
Agreed.
Easy.
Ted DiBiase. Farouk and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, man. Well, Farouk.
I thought we were going to have to break out the coin again. As much as I like Bam Bam was fucking amazing, one of the best big man ever, I keep going back to like the built-in storyline and everything that Farouk would have had. And like, you could have done a thing like Rock kind of like turns on him or whatever and feuded out of that and Rock wins the world title that way. Like, there's so many possibilities for Farouk as world champion. Final four, we got Mr. Perfect versus Owen Hart. Honestly, to me, this would probably be, maybe the final.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Owen.
I'm going to agree with Owen. Mr. Perfect is the top 5 all time for me, but it's because of we know when Owen should have been world champion. It's not even a question.
Absolutely.
Ted DiBiase versus Farouk.
Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase. So the final is Owen versus Ted DiBiase.
Can't go wrong here. The thing with Owen is like he probably should have won that championship in like '94.
Right.
Even for a little bit. Ted DiBiase. It's cool that he just made his own fucking title. I would, if I'm really going with my heart here, I would say Ted DiBiase should have won the fucking championship as one of the greatest heel characters of all time.
Right.
So I would go with Ted DiBiase.
And I am going to agree with you to give it to Ted DiBiase, because really the way you look at it, it's like, yes, one of the greatest characters of all time, one of the greatest heels. He has endless amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
He did use that to his advantage to like screw over Hulk Hogan and get the title to Andre. And then, just Andre just like handed it to him, and they're like, no, that doesn't count. Is Ted DiBiase
Right.
the champion? But he has all these like resources.
Mm-hmm.
They should have at one time made it to where he somehow made all that work and ended up winning the championship because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, even if it's only a very short reign because he's a heel and you're getting it from like Hogan to Savage or whatever it might be, they should have done that.
Absolutely.
Great email. I'm very interested to see what part 2 is going to be.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I can't wait. What a show, Mike.
Hell yeah.
Hell of a show.
You know what?
Hell of an ending.
I will say, second half of the show, great. First half of the show, Donnie tried to ruin it, but I very much enjoy talking about the Royal Rumble. It's my favorite pay-per-view of the year. So
Absolutely.
Still fun. But all right, BG, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I hope everybody enjoys the Royal Rumble. It should be a good one. We'll be here next week talking about it, and I can't wait. BG, enjoy the Rumble, buddy.
You too, buddy.
All right, bye, guys.